was just like, oh, we just got to get Jeremy stoned so he'll
You remember that?
fucking
Like
be weird.
people that had weed, they didn't like. It's like they didn't want to do it by themselves, so they were always like, "Come on, let's."
That's kind of what's cool about it. It's like a communal thing.
Used to be.
Used to be, yeah, true.
Well, fuck, we're just out of that. Like, I don't hang out with people that are doing that. I think you get back into normal life and people get jobs where they can't, they got to be tested and all this shit. It's just, you just run out of people that are even going to be in that scene anymore, really.
One of my one of the videos on my YouTube channel was about how I've noticed that there's like the infrastructure for community everywhere, but like the behavior around it kind of just doesn't exist anymore. And thinking about like, being, I don't know about your childhood, but when I was young, it was pretty latchkey. I was just like out and about with no parental supervision.
Yeah.
And yeah, that one got like 800 views in the first couple days, which was like,
Which one? What are we talking about?
this is a video I did on my channel.
Oh,
It's hard to get views on a long form.
right. It is.
So
But the other
the
ones,
other ones like kind of, and it's still short, they're all under 10 minutes, but um yeah, that one significantly, there was a lot of conversation on it, people were interested in it. I'm like, oh, I guess it's a thing, but
what is?
this like absence of community.
Oh,
You made me think about it when what were we just talking about?
weed
Oh
smokers.
yeah, weed and like getting together, and then yeah, it did kind of turn into more of a solo thing, huh?
You know why?
Hmm.
Because they fucked it all up when they made like the least, the weakest one you can get's like 18%.
Yeah, I'll get
Dude, what happened to like 5 where you could sit around and like
yeah.
just smoke all night and be giggly high, not like plastered? I can't even remember what I was just talking about.
Yeah, who I can't, like, the idea of rolling a blunt with like 30%, like that's, you're gonna smoke that for a month. Like I want to sit there and fucking chill and smoke the whole thing, right?
Yeah,
And still remain like functional somewhat.
right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
now it's
okay.
turned into, for some reason, I think as human beings, we always do that. If a little bit's good, a lot must be better.
Yeah.
It's wrong in almost every circumstance, but uh it's the same thing. Then you got people just fucking blasting like 80% wax, all
Yeah.
this shit, 1,000 milligram edible. Like, what are you
Yeah, what
talking
the
about?
fuck?
There's a there's a podcast where all they do is with Joey Diaz.
God, Joey Diaz is always fucking blasted on edibles, dude. He looks
He,
like
I
he's
think it's
fucking
his.
cross-eyed.
It's either his podcast that he started with another guy who also just likes to get obliterated,
Yeah. Oh my god.
or they're just on this podcast a lot. I don't know which one it is. Um, but they had 4 of those purple stars of death that are 250 a piece. They ate 4 of them during the podcast. And he's just like sitting there and
During
just,
it?
yeah, during it.
What happens afterward?
He said he was high into the next day. Like he
Oh,
went to sleep, he
Jesus.
woke up and was like, "Oh man, I'm still baked out.
Good God.
I don't get."
That's fucking insane. Yeah, dude, when I was in my 20 early 20s, I was like getting back into it and I was smoking and ramping up. By the time I was like 24, I was loving the fucking high potency shit.
Because you built a tolerance to it. So it brought it back down to affecting you like the low shit should.
But then I smoked every single day, like from 25 to like 30. And then like no, basically until I hit 30, it was like I could tolerate whatever. And pretty much around that time, I kind of switched it up and I just started smoking at the end of the day. That was the only time I would smoke really. And but still daily, but it slowly started to fucking Like I had this one hitter that I would keep on me, and I would get fucking blasted like over the moon from a one hitter, like literally a hit.
Is that what you were looking for?
No,
Right.
I got the one hitter so I can be chill,
Yeah.
and it was fucking launching me into space, and and then it was like became all of a sudden a 50-50 thing. Like I'm gonna get like overly high, or I'm not gonna get high at all. But like it was unpredictable.
Oh, I remember we talked about this a little bit.
Yeah, and ever since then, like no matter how, like what consistency I had with it, I just am not very tolerant to it. Now, if I eat an edible, which I kind of have stopped doing that because I feel like it was fucking with my stomach, but 5 milligrams and I'm good. But I used to eat like 30 and that was solid. But like five is like, ooh, sometimes it's like, oh, this is a little much. It's like, what? It's
5.
like the beginner dose. How have I not,
Yeah.
why do I have no tolerance no matter how much I do it? I don't know. It's fucking weird.
Yeah, if I needed to like before I figured out what was going on with my blood pressure stuff, if I needed to have like go watch one of the kids' competitive baseball games, but like
Yeah.
I didn't want to have a heart attack, I would yeah, dude, it was the same way. I would eat half of a 10
Yeah.
and I'd be like, that should be 5 as long as it's like a real homogenous mixture and it's not just like, oops, there's 9
Right,
here and
right.
1 in the rest of this fucking thing.
Yeah.
And it was the same way. Sometimes like, oh, 5 was perfect. Just
Mhm.
chill, but my eyes didn't even feel squinty. I was completely coherent in doing it, but I just took the edge off of like, I don't care who wins this game. And then sometimes I would take half and be like, damn, forgot how to get to the bathroom.
You know, so like when the dispensaries first started popping up around Arizona, that was my first encounter with edibles. And like, I don't fucking know what amount is appropriate. I've never eaten weed measured in like grams. Like, I just smoked it until that point.
Yeah.
So I got a cookie.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Baked goods freak me out.
It was, I think it was 100 milligram cookie.
Holy fuck.
I didn't eat the whole thing. I was like, oh, I don't know how much to eat. I'll eat like half, I guess. Dude, I was just like, it was like hitting me in waves. I was like, oh, I guess I don't think I feel anything. Oh my God. And then I had a lollipop that was like 50 milligrams. And on my way, I was driving to New Jersey because I was like moving there. And I'm driving through New Mexico in December. And I've been sucking on this lollipop. And I'm like, how long do I? Because there's going to be a delay like when it hits. So like, should I keep going? Like, I don't know. And then like it started snowing in New Mexico. And I'm like, what? And that was like the moment it hit. And I was like, oh my God, dude. It felt like you're going like the Star Trek fucking stars whizzing by you.
Were you
And
driving?
yeah,
You were driving
yeah,
operating the automobile.
yes.
Ooh wee.
And I had to put both feet on the gas because I felt like I couldn't do it with one foot, dude. It was fucked up. Yeah. Because I wanted to have weed, but I didn't want, like, if I pass any checks, or I don't want to, like, smell like it or get caught with it. So I just had a bunch of edibles on me.
Fuck.
Yeah, good times.
There was we were doing that big solar job that we did for that guy up in Happy Jack.
Mm-hmm.
And we stayed up there for like 4 or 5 days to get it done, or 4 days or some shit. And he had some other guys up there doing some work for him, and they stayed in an RV up there. This was like the dude that drinks a lot, and at night they smoke and stuff. And he had these fucking edibles. The most you can buy in a single edible is 10 milligram, unless you have a medical license to where or a prescription, right? Where they say like you need this for medical use. A dispensary won't sell you ones. You can buy as many packs as you want, but the strength per gummy is never going to exceed 10 unless you have the license.
You sure about that?
That's what they told me
Huh.
while I was at the one on Estrella, but
Interesting. I've definitely bought like 100 milligram single gummy.
yeah, they wouldn't sell me that.
Hmm.
Maybe it's place to place. I don't know.
Maybe.
So this dude was like, "Oh, you want one of ours?" I'm like, "Well, how much are they?" And he's like, the whole thing is 10, so each side is 5. And I was like, that makes sense. The whole thing was 100. Each side was 50.
Yikes.
So he gave it to one of these, one of like his Mexican guy workers that was up there. His son had never done any before, ever.
Oh, wow.
And he was like, oh, here, just eat one. I don't know if one meant one whole thing or if he broke the bar thing in half and gave him 50, but either way, dude was not looking good. About like an hour later, he was pretty fucking wrecked.
Mm-mm.
He was kind of just like slumped in his chair. Then I watched him throw up.
Oh, man.
And then he was just kind of like walking around like he like what like there was multiple things he was seeing. I was like, God.
Jeez.
Yeah. They'll get you. And I think, well, it's measured differently, right? But I was told, never fact checked it, but I was told that the digestion process of what THC turns into after digestion is stronger than THC itself. So if you were to smoke, it's much different from smoking because the digestion process didn't happen with the smoking. You
Definitely.
just took in the THC. You ingested it, but you didn't digest it and flip it into something else.
What if you suppositories it?
That's the same as digestion.
Is it?
Yeah. You ever heard of boofing?
But it's not the same as digestion because it's not getting broken down and
Correct.
turned into something.
Yeah,
It's being
the
absorbed.
enzymes like in your stomach acid aren't doing their job.
So
But digestion does happen
someone's boofed.
in the mouth and
Yeah, that's
your
weird.
intestine. Like some of it. I don't know exactly what part of the process, but
Yeah, I heard that too, and it pissed me off. Someone was talking about how like smoothies aren't because I was like on a smoothie kick for a while, and they're like smoothies aren't the same. Like if you put a banana and a half an apple and whatever in a smoothie and drink it, you don't get the same benefit as if you chewed it. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Why? It's
which
like
is
because your
weird, right?
mouth like enzymes fucking break shit down in a different way. And I'm like, dude, that's dumb. I thought it was like I found the cheat code, and it's like there is no cheat code. I gotta fucking just eat a banana separately.
Yeah.
Bothered.
Yeah, the boofing thing is weird. People will like mix whatever drug of choice in like warm water and then pull it into a syringe, put the syringe in their butt and shoot it in there.
Dude, my girlfriend loves like
Boofing.
terrible reality TV shows. So she's been watching Mormon Housewives,
Oh God.
and I walked in the room and it was like they were talking about because I guess like as a Mormon you're not supposed to drink caffeine.
There's
So she was boofing her coffee.
is this real?
Yeah, as a coffee enema. It's the whole thing.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
I wonder if it's good. I mean, I'm not into trying it, but also it's like, are you gonna like fucking immediately like, whoa, hey, you know what I mean?
I bet it's quick.
It's probably nice.
What the fuck are you doing out there? What are you doing? Good God, hurry it up.
Practicing my dance moves.
That's
Boof.
ridiculous. The whole thing, it was tea and coffee because when they wrote all this old text scripts, from back in the day, that was the only things in them that had caffeine. So it's not about the coffee or the tea because then they'll be like, oh, well, then you can't drink soda either. Like, Bible doesn't say that.
Mormons are always
So they
trying to
fight
fuck with
amongst each other as to what they can and can't do because they take it so literally. It just says coffee and tea. So I can have a monster. But you know what the fuck they meant. Caffeine changes you physiologically, mentally, stimulates.
Of course they
It
know.
changes you. So,
But we're talking about the people who invented soaking.
hey,
And
agitated soaking, where somebody jumps on the bed next to you. You're not doing it.
whoa. Oh, that's funny. Or
Did they invent it?
I don't know. Probably. Um, and I knew a few people in high school who were Jehovah's Witness.
What is that?
I don't know.
Okay.
They
They dress nice, but then they'll
they
also like play basketball with you.
the extent of it that I know is there's no celebration of holidays or birthdays, and they don't take medicine,
Until they're dying, and then they'll be like,
and
I'd rather not do that.
they can do anal, but not vaginal,
Ever? Or just out of wedlock?
out of wedlock.
Huh.
So this guy I knew who was no longer Jehovah's Witness was like, "Yeah, I've only had anal sex." I'm like, what? That's crazy. The loophole, the
That
original
must
loophole.
the original. That must be where the term butt virginity comes from.
I've never heard that.
Take someone's butt virginity.
Are you
What the fuck are you insinuating? That I'm a Jehovah's
you
Witness?
into pegging? That's such a strange one because it's like I knew a girl who loved pegging
S-
dudes,
Okay.
and I'm like, what are you getting out of that? Like, because you're the person doing the pegger, if you will, is not like
Pegger,
receiving
the
any
peggy.
sensation. They're just like they got a
Right.
device and it's just psychological. Like I don't fucking
I
get it.
think so. I think that whole thing is psychological.
Probably, yeah.
Why would that, if the whole point of sexual conduct is to procreate, and
Pe-
there's zero option of that happening,
yeah,
you're
pegging
not
is
you're not even tricking yourself anymore. Like if you wear a condom or any other contraceptive because you don't want the outcome of pregnancy, that's one thing. But your mind is still working in the same way where you're driven animalistically to want to reproduce, and that's why you're doing this thing.
mm-hmm.
Anything outside of that is just you changing your mentality towards the act.
Mm-hmm.
So for you to just want to smash a plastic thing into somebody else is like, that's, why don't you just get a broomstick or something and just shove it in my butt? Like what's the
I mean, maybe
difference?
they would do that too. I don't know. But they want to wear it and feel like they're
So that's the other piece, right?
you know,
That's the mental change of like, I want to be the one in control.
right.
That's fucking weird.
It is weird.
Unless you do that, that's not weird. That's
Yeah,
it's
I
your
know.
business.
Cool. Like however you figure it out. Dude, I don't really have like a kink of any kind.
I'm pretty traditional.
Do you feel like yeah. But I've been with a couple girls who are like super kinky.
Really?
And like a lot of the people in like the art communities I was involved in were too. And so I felt like I was like wrong for just enjoying sex. like like regular style. I'm like I
It's
mean it's pretty I don't feel like it needs a lot of amplification personally, but
it is kind of funny when you hear like the weirdest stuff. You get into the ones who are into art is so subjective, right? That it's not,
mhm,
it brings that type of person out in the situation where it's like you're not someone that conforms to the
sure.
normal standard. So I would totally expect that community to house that more than the others.
Yeah, I think there's an openness to experimentation probably.
Because everything
Like they
that
would
they're trying
try
to be successful in already means you have to be original.
yeah, and yeah, and you got to try a bunch of different things out, find what works. Maybe, I don't know.
I think that's,
But, interesting.
yeah. I just never get the non-sexual ones, like feet.
Dude, I don't get that at
Who's
all. And I really
sexualizing a
want to.
foot?
I don't know, it's such a thing though.
I wish that did it for me, dude. You could like just everywhere you are, you're like walking around looking at people in sandals and you're just
Damn.
totally into it.
Yeah.
That'd be way easier than other methods.
Yeah, I don't and then what do you want from the foot? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, what do you do with the picture of the
you
foot?
wanna yeah, I don't. That's so odd.
Or
Do you
like,
know of have you met anybody with like a especially weird, especially out there kind of a kink?
not the fucking wants to tell me about it, probably.
Yeah. Mm.
We got like, not we, I guess. Tiffany thought it'd be funny. They were doing like a white elephant thing for like an all girls day or girls trip or some shit. And she found these like mini vibrators that were like $5 or something. So she got one for all of the girls that were going, thinking that that was a pretty normal thing to have as a woman.
Mhm.
It's
Didn't
it's 50-50.
didn't go over well.
Some were appalled.
My God.
Yeah. Like that you would, what is wrong with you? Why would you bring this?
Disgusting.
Or just like gave it back to her like, no, thank you. I will never use this. Oh, sorry that you hate your vagina.
Not large enough.
I didn't like no one that I had talked to about it expected that reaction.
Yeah.
So it was very strange. There were either even some of the men whose wives went to the thing, I won't say got upset about them bringing that home, but like
They got upset.
took it and hid it so that they couldn't use it. What is that if not extreme insecurity of like, well, this thing's going to perform better than me, so now I'm out. That's a fucking crazy concept for my brain to try to, but I can't figure out any other reason why you'd be so worked up about it being around that you like hid it or got rid of it.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I don't want to get replaced. When I was younger, I was with one girl who like
Dude, it's like Toy Story when the new toys show up.
imagine
And
like
the other ones are like, you don't have fucking Andy on your foot. Like
imagine
me.
sex toy story.
They should make that shit. Seth Rogen should make that
Sausage party.
like Sausage
Yeah.
Party. God damn, that'd be
Put in
hilarious.
vibrators. Oh, dude, that's hilarious. Yeah, yeah, I was dating this one girl when I was younger who like asked me if I masturbated, and I was like, yeah, sometimes. And she's like, why? I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, well, I'm here. I'm like, well, not always. Like, what's the problem? And she was just bothered for like the rest of the week.
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
think that's
what?
more. Have you had that conversation again with anyone?
No,
Because that was the response, and you're
no,
like,
I'll
well,
talk about it.
oh, okay.
Fucking deal with it.
So you've had the conversation, but you're just saying it didn't go that
For
same way.
that person, yeah, she was really upset about it.
Yeah, I think that's more popular than you think it would be.
I believe it.
I have heard other people, multiple others,
Yeah.
that are like, I would be upset if I found out he was doing that. Like,
Is it
they want you to use them as a tool to do that, but it's like, yeah, but you have like feelings
right?
and like there's a cost.
Sometimes you're busy.
Yeah,
Sometimes you're
sometimes you're
like
not here, you're busy.
you're in a like serious mood.
Right. The mood just doesn't match up. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
there's fucking 50 reasons why it's just like, nah, just crank one out real fast.
Yeah. Like what if it just hits me midday? I'm not gonna be like, hey, I just
Yeah, leave work real fast.
Yeah.
I mean, that happens. Like for people, like so the spontaneity of it
Yeah, sure.
is cool. But like that's not like an everyday. You've been married for 15 years and you're like, hey, just leave work real fast. You can blow me in the car. Most mature adults are gonna be like, you can wait. Like, or I just won't. But you can't get mad about it. Who the fuck thinks that they're okay getting mad at someone for touching their own body?
Yeah, that's kind of fucking rude.
It's strange.
Yeah. It's weird. I wonder what other high school kids how they're finding ways to bone.
They don't.
They don't?
Dude, this is the generation of like the 40-year-old virgins.
Hmm. Really?
Are you out of touch with the younger generation?
Yeah.
It's one of two things. It's they've never even talked to a girl because they've been worried about it, never had to. Phones have always been a thing. I'll just text or fucking get on Instagram or do serve that thing in another way.
Mm,
The social part of it that would lead to you having a sexual relationship with someone
yeah.
is non-existent in some circles of like kids these days. And then the other side's like 100% the other way, where they're like addicted to porn and they just always want to try to do that shit. I
Hmm.
feel like those are the two extremes. Obviously, there's going to be shit in the middle, but
Well, I was thinking because like in high school, I had to drive out and to the middle of the desert, and we did it in my truck,
yeah, I've done it like on the
right?
quad.
But like that's because we grew up in the middle of the desert. Like, what are people doing when they're in communities? You know. But also, yeah, it's like common now in Japan that for people to be in their 30s and have never
Yeah, which
had
is,
sex.
I don't know how I feel about that. On one hand, I'm like, well, like good for them because by the time you do, you'll be much more mature about it. But then on the other side, I'm like, that's fucking weird to like suppress that urge
Yeah.
for like 15 years longer than most people do.
Apparently, that's a big part of why, like, like tentacle porn is like a weird thing over there because of
What's contributing to that?
the suppression plus the maybe it's not. I think it might just be because they have to blur their porn. And so like insertion is blurred,
Yeah.
dicks are blurred, but like I think you don't have to blur a tentacle. So it's like
Is that why that's a
I
thing?
don't know. I heard that.
I always wondered about that too. That goes back to like the foot fetish thing and like all these other
But
weird
like
ass things. Like, why do you guys want to watch cartoon sea monsters
yeah.
bang small Asian chicks? Like, it's what is this?
But there right. But there is like that I've seen some really good like Japanese anime. There's a couple really solid like writing in there. But more often it's like crazy over sexualized. And you kind of if you did you ever watch like Dragon Ball when you were young?
No, I never got into anything anime
Yeah, I don't
unless
know.
you consider Pokemon fucking anime. I watched that
Yeah,
at
I
like
guess so. But that one's
eight
not.
to 10 years old. I think I did some of that.
I don't think that one's sexualized, but it's so sexualized. There's always like random sexual tension. The trope is always like a guy who's like, I can't do that because I have responsibilities, and the girl's like, oh my god, please. And they always get a bloody nose, which is a weird thing that
What?
I don't know what that's about, but that started first time I saw it was in Dragon Ball. Like if a girl bent over and her like tits are hanging out, the guy would be like shocked and he'd get a bloody nose, which represents the fact that he's overwhelmed by the sexuality. I don't fucking know. But apparently like part of that suppression of sexuality in the culture is why it bleeds so heavily into the entertainment.
I when you said that, like if a girl bends over, it reminded me of like, yeah, when you watch those cartoony type shows,
Mm-hmm.
it almost reminds me of like when you go to one of those artists at the fair or some shit and they're gonna draw you, but
Yeah,
they take your features and they just
exaggerated.
exaggerate the shit out of them. But they do that in the female form on just their like normal private areas.
Yeah,
So it's like
right.
it'll be a really small girl, but then her fucking tits are huge
It's
for no
Jessica
reason.
Rabbit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then the male shows a heightened amount of attention towards that same thing
Mm-hmm.
because it was meant to be pictured. You know what I mean?
Japan is weird.
But I don't know why they do that. But even in Pokemon and shit, there was like the male trainers were obviously interested romantically with the other girls on the show, and then they do the shit where their eyes do like weird stuff that shows that they're like embarrassed or they like fucking like just exes or whatever they are.
Mm-hmm.
Or the girls when they would get shown attention, their cheeks would like flush really really bad,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is interesting I was listening to Jordan Peterson talk about something. He was debating something with somebody, and it was about uh, it was like a feminist talking about how
Oh, he was talking about reproduction and lipstick, maybe.
something like that, and he was talking about like, do you wear makeup?
Right.
And they're like, yeah. He's like, what do you think that was made for? She's like, well, just to accent our features. Like, what features? And he was going for something very specific.
Right. It's like
And then I was like, I was even a little lost. Like, what? When you think about what it is now, it's just kind of like blend your skin tone, make you look a little darker, a little lighter, whatever the fuck you're going for. But things that used to be much more prevalent were all the reds,
mhm,
like blush or whatever the fuck they put on their cheeks. I'm like,
lipstick.
yeah. I'm like, I didn't know why the fuck they did that. But then he's like, it's a mimicking function of what the body does when it's sexually aroused. So don't tell me you're not looking for more male attention if you're
Yeah.
trying to show them that you're sexually aroused. And I was like, damn, I didn't know that that was even
Yeah.
for that reason when it got invented. Obviously, it's morphed into whatever the fuck it is today, where people want to look like cats and clowns and whatever the fuck they're doing. But
Oh, dude, I saw. There's this girl that works at some cafe by my work that I've been going to at lunch, and her makeup is insane. Like, I think makeup can be really cool when it's like a form of self-expression. I don't really like it when it's just like masking aggressively, you know? But this was like, like girls have like eyeshadow. It's like she has eyeshadow that covers this much of her face.
like an NFL player, when they put that black shit over their face to like absorb the light so they don't get the shine.
So much more than that.
What? I'm not talking about the
It's
strips. Some
right.
dudes do it ridiculous. They paint like half their face.
Yeah, this is coming like around her eyes and across her cheeks, and it doesn't look interesting enough to feel like it's a cool self-expression, and it doesn't look typical enough to seem like it's just regular makeup.
Emphasis
It
is wrong.
looks like there's something wrong with this. Like this person is not perceiving reality correctly or something.
Hmm.
Not trying to be judgmental or anything, but it just looks crazy and it catches me off guard every time. Intense.
Yeah, I was trying to put a thought together there. I kind of like the ones that like I don't. It's one or the other for me. I don't like the stereotypical like I'm just wearing way too much because there's obviously a bunch of features I'm hiding.
Right.
That seems like dishonest.
Yeah, I think
That's
so.
like me wearing fucking shoes that are designed to like make me 4 inches taller, and then when you check me out later in my Crocs, you're like, what the fuck just happened? Nobody would be cool with that.
Yeah.
But somehow you're allowed to wash your costume off every day.
Dude,
And a guy's not supposed to be upset that he got bamboozled. And there's this fucking girl on the internet who is like an ex meth head. She's got like 4 fucking teeth.
choose your little makeup tutorial transformation thing.
Yeah,
I
and
saw
it's
that.
scary as fuck. Like
It's
if I
intense.
saw, like, God damn, dude, 10,
Yeah.
straight
She
up 10.
throws like dentures in too,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
and then she like washes all this shit off with a. She's like doing it in strips, and I'm like, no way. I really hope this is AI. But I've seen so many of them of the same girl. I'm like, holy fuck! Can you imagine
That's crazy.
bagging that at the club, and then you wake up
The
the next
next
day and you're
morning.
like, what is happening?
Or just I remember in high school they had the booty pop, which was like a padded butt underwear you can wear. And then they also have like the waist cinchers, and then they have padded bras. And I'm like, somewhere out there, someone's got the booty pop with the waist thing, with the padded bra, with over excessive makeup and the dentures and maybe a wig. Like I don't know what's going on, but
Fake eyelashes,
but
fake
they are
eyebrows.
looking incorrect. That's wild.
I wish, yeah.
Is there a male equivalent to any of that stuff?
Insecure male equivalent, because most of men's value is derived on what they can produce, whether it be financially or stability.
So you think men just
That's not where our value system
So men
lies.
would fake material.
Yeah, rappers, all the chains, all the gold shit, the
Oh,
nice fucking car that they rented for that day.
and then they got like a
It's all status items
shitty
because
apartment.
women look and like, oh, high status. Status must mean that you are very capable, right?
Mm-hmm.
Capability is attractive. And that is the proxy for the creation of stability for a woman that's attractive is, well, fuck, you got a $100,000 car. Like, you must be successful in a bunch of other ways too. I gravitate towards that. I don't blame you. I'd fucking do that too. But
Yeah.
it's the same trick as the makeup, but it's never looked at that for some reason. They're never comparable. It's always like, you're fucking broke. Why are you acting like you're rich? You're fucking ugly. Why are you acting like you're hot? Like, what are we doing? This is the same shit. It's just, what
Yeah.
value metric are we playing?
Right. I think it was kind of neutralized for me when I was younger because I started, you know, learning guitar and playing music, and I think that having an artistic talent brought some kind of security to me that I just didn't really care about the other stuff. I was like, well, I got this.
That's also,
I don't really know if that's true. That's my assumption.
well, I'm trying to figure out why it's difficult, right? Playing an instrument, learning,
Yeah, sure.
honing that skill shows
Mhm.
dedication,
Performing.
shows confidence, all of the things that
True.
women say they're attracted to.
Yeah, I guess so.
I like a confident person. Well, who the fuck looks more confident than a guy standing up on stage in front of 100 people he doesn't know and singing some shit that he just wrote?
Yeah.
That takes something, right? And then the skill involved. Here's my guitar. You play something. Oh, I can't. Well, I guess the hard thing that I had to do is valuable because not many people can do it. So I think all of those things line up correctly. Because I think that's always been a thing. Like, that used to be like a joke. I'm going to learn how to play guitar to pick up chicks.
Right.
It just is.
Yeah.
If I could do it, I'd use it.
I mean, I met so many musicians who that was like their main drive, right? Was just to pick up chicks, like because they'd be super dedicated, and then like get into a relationship, and then they don't perform anymore.
Really?
Yeah,
I mean, that could be like a number of other things too.
sure, yeah,
Relationship
but there wasn't like a lot of
issues.
drive to develop. There wasn't a lot of effort put into developing a long-term career as a goal. It was like put me up on the stage so I can sing to the girl, and that was the end of the goal. You know what I mean?
Well, it was met.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
it's weird. Yeah, there's a lot of people who get into that for the just to be in the culture, but like could kind of like care less about actual like developing a craft, kind of a thing.
Yeah, that's just, I think, a layer of depth that everything has, and that's just
Probably,
that industry's version of it. Is
definitely, yeah,
like, oh, you want to do this, but you don't want to do this.
right,
You want to jog 2 miles on the weekend, but you don't want to run fucking marathons. That shit sucks.
yeah, yeah,
You're not ready for your toenails to fall off and your shoes to complete this run. You
right,
kind of just want to dabble.
yeah. It's intense. You know this comedian Eddie Izzard? He's weird European comedian. I think he like cross dresses on stage or something. I don't know.
As part of the actor, he likes that.
I don't know. I don't know. But I heard someone talking about how he like decided he was gonna run a marathon. And he doesn't look like a very particularly in shape person. But he just did and like destroyed his feet basically. Like that's crazy.
There
It's interesting when people like just get an idea in their head and then like out of nowhere and then do it like at any cost.
Why? Why is that weird?
Cuz like you think like maybe you get that idea in your head and then you spend a substantial amount of time preparing for it. But he's just like, I'm just going to do it
Oh,
like tomorrow, you know?
oh, that is odd.
Right?
As for anything that of difficulty, right? Because it usually takes preparation.
Are you impulsive at all?
Me?
Yeah.
I
You
just
ever
change. I don't do shit like that. Because I don't like to fail, and I like to be well educated on whatever it is, whatever the new venture is.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm very impulsive into like that's fucking cool.
Well, he probably
I'm gonna
doesn't like
start.
to
I'm gonna
fail
start
either.
doing that.
Yeah. But he probably didn't like to fail either, which is why he ruined his feet.
I
Right?
also like I hear that shit and the David Goggins stuff, and I get it. But I just don't understand. Like, trust me, when I'm set on it and I'm driven, I do more than most people would be comfortable doing to
Mm-hmm.
get it. But when I get to the point where, no, I literally think I'm hurting my body at this point, and I'd
Mm-hmm.
like to continue doing this. Why? Unless it's for something, right? If you show up to an event and you are like the first one that he did, David Goggins, 4 days notice, 100 miles, 24 hours. Go. He weighed like 260 or 280 fucking pounds, hadn't run for shit, was still like trying to be like a power lifter and all this stuff. But it was to get qualified to do a race that was for a bunch of fallen SEALs.
Oh, wow.
So it
Okay.
was like he has this intimate thing that he's working on and has now told himself and other people, I'm going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Now you've set the stage. And you've set the stage for people who train where victory it is at all cost.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. I
Yeah.
get why you would go until you had fucking rhabdo. Your kidneys are shutting down. You shit yourself. All your toenails fell off, and you had to duct tape your fucking feet to finish it.
Who needs toenails?
I get it. I get it in that sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the training, like on my own, why? Why would I do something that once it's done, now I can't continue doing that for several weeks or months because I fucked my body up so bad?
Right. Yeah.
For no reason. You didn't get recognition, you didn't get a medal, you didn't get you didn't get anything. Nobody even knows it happened.
Well, you proved to yourself that you could, what you're capable of, I guess. But also,
If you need proof, like I know that I could keep running until I was put into the hospital.
right.
I don't have to do that every Sunday to find out.
Yeah. Yeah. It is interesting. And I guess like if you wanted to see if you could run, 100 miles, you could just go run 100 miles. You don't have to do it with a group of people.
Yeah.
But I
I
guess being motivated by the cause helps.
I don't know, man. The whole fucking thing is weird.
It's
We
weird.
there's some runners in the shop at work, and I've been trying to do more running and trying to just mentally it's difficult to make yourself want to do that
Yeah.
because it's fucking sucks most of the time. And it was so different. I always gravitate towards things that push the limit. And in weightlifting, powerlifting, bodybuilding, every time you find the limit, you broke something. And it
Right.
was not only very painful, but now your body's fucked up. This is probably where I became adverse to that.
Yeah.
Where it was like, all right, can I go squat 600 pounds? I fucking bet I can. Oh, I just fucked up my groin so bad that I can't do any activity now for 6 months. Oh, now I need a knee surgery because I fucked it up trying to do this deadlift. And then, oh, I hurt my back. And like, you know what I mean? It costs you so much to try to accomplish these goals that only you care about.
Yeah. Was that confusing, you think, to your doctor who was just like, so why did you do that? You're
And
like,
when I fucked my knee up, I was doing a deadlift and it slipped out of my hand at the top
yeah.
and it careened off the top
Ah.
of my knee.
Oh, no. That
And I was
sounds
like, oh shit.
horrible.
Like I jumped out of the way like that. That'll hurt a little bit. But it's like a round bar hitting your leg. That didn't seem like a big deal in the standing position. It just kind of careened off of it. Whatever. The next
That's
day I
weird.
woke up and when I walked into work, I guess it agitated it. and it was fucking the size
Ah.
the size of a fucking cantaloupe,
Oh God.
and the whole thing was purple. And I was like, oh shit.
Is this all right?
So I made an appointment and went, and he's like, what happened? I was like, I was deadlifting and the bar hit it. And he's like, fucking with how much? I was like, I think 500. He's like,
Why?
what are you competing for, world's strongest man? Like, what's the point? That number, which at that time was like not impressive to me either. It was like, dude, there's people pulling 1,000 pounds, double.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. So to me, this was
You're like,
like,
this is regular.
this is pretty normal. But then you talk to people that aren't obsessed with the same category that you are,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, you're a fucking moron. Why are you doing this at all? I'm like, what? So that was weird. So getting out of that, I wanted to shift into something that was very difficult, required a whole new learning thing. But when I failed, I wasn't so broken that I couldn't do anything for weeks or months.
Which is what?
Running.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Now it's like pushing yourself mentally and having to confront these really difficult fucking times. But now I have to learn a whole new thing with nutrition and diet and hydration, all of this stuff. The training is so completely different. And the things you do, the way that you eat, the things you eat while you're running, how much you eat while you fucking run. All of these things are so different and so outside my scope of ever even thinking about that it was cool to have a new thing to jump into. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And when you fail, it's like, God damn, I can't even pick my arms up. I'm so fucking tired. But when I go home and go to sleep, I'll be able to go to work tomorrow.
Right.
When I crush myself with a fucking barbell on my back, I'm not going to work for like 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And now I can't walk my dog, and I can't take my kids places, and I can't drive a fucking car.
Yeah, there could be consequence, but it's not extreme.
Yeah. Minus things like rhabdo or something like that when you start going into like renal failure because you went so long. You know what I mean? There's
Right.
obvious other things that can happen, but
Yeah.
sore feet, lost a toenail.
Is that your
like,
goal,
What?
Rhabdo?
No. I would like that to not happen.
You're like,
It's
until that.
common.
Yeah.
It's common. That's why I brought it up.
How are your toenails doing?
Good for now.
Yeah.
So that's my goal this year is to run a marathon. But back to what we were talking about, how it was like no recognition and like all
Yeah.
that shit. The guys in the shop who are also like training in the same way, one of my buddies, he sits next to me. He was like, man, we should go do a fucking 10K or something. And I'm like, what is that in English? And it was like, oh, 5 miles. I'm like, dude, we're doing that multiple times a week just like around our house. Why would we pay to go to an event for that? And I had to like break it down why, like at what point do you go to an event to run instead of just running for yourself to run?
Mm-hmm.
And I had to ask him, like, why would, like, in my mind, there's things that when you pay for a race, there's like some clout behind it. You get a shirt that said you did this many miles or something, and it has to be an impressive number, and you're proud of it. You can wear it. Great. Whatever. I'm not even really into that shit. But to me, it was like, oh, there's support. If you go here, I pack a Camelback and some fucking bars and shit that I need, and I go. And hopefully I packed enough to make it back. Or else I'm just fucked and I got to walk a lot because I can't run anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But out there, you have like aid stations and tables set up to give you nutrition and hydration stuff and all these. So if you're doing a long race, I'm like, I would enter a marathon. I would enter something long like that, 26 miles. You're going to need stuff that you can't hold on you for that distance.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So I'm like, all right, I can't carry 2 gallons of water with me. That's 16 fucking pounds of shit you're running with.
Right.
Or I can enter this race for $100. I get a cool shirt. It's a sanctioned course. You get some camaraderie with the people. But the thing that I'm after is every 4 miles, I can grab their fucking water. I can refill my stuff. I can get a snack that I need.
And it's usually tied to like a charity or something.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
So he was all excited, like, oh, let's go do this. I was like, yeah, fuck yeah. And then I thought about it. I'm like, wait,
Why?
why would I do that?
Yeah.
So I just like, I don't know, just change it to me.
That's interesting though. I'd never considered that.
Which part? The aid station?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, when you're doing like real stuff, like ultras,
Yeah.
Anything over 26 is like considered an ultra, but most serious ultras are 50 plus, 100 plus miles. It's
Huh.
fucking gnarly.
Yeah. Yeah.
On that topic, do you know what an Ironman is?
I think so.
I think it's like I'm going to fuck these numbers up a little bit, but I think it's like a 2.5 mile swim,
Uh-huh.
112 miles on a bike. That seems like a lot, but it might be right. And a marathon run.
Back to back to back.
It one event in one day.
2.5 mile swim.
Yeah.
Is it in that order?
I don't know.
Dude, that swimming is fucking exhausting.
Fuck
2.5 miles?
You know where I don't know if you ever left from here and went west, but that old shitty Hacienda store that's right on the corner there before you turn onto Siloam
Uh-huh.
and head up towards Hickman's, the new Hickman's, that is 2.2 miles from the house.
Crazy.
You'd fucking swim past that like on your way to Arlington from here.
Remember Tom Green did that?
And it's open ocean.
Dude, that's insane.
What the fuck? So anyways, I just saw this thing. It was like an 85-year-old lady just completed one. She's the oldest person to ever do it. Can you
What?
imagine being almost 90 years old and a woman who's physically, you're just not designed to be as robust physically as a woman.
Definitely.
And complete that shit. She did it like 16 hours of straight going.
When women go through like birth and menopause, they actually lose bone density.
Yeah.
So if you're in your 80s too and you're a woman, assuming she had kids or something, like,
Yeah, you're already.
God damn.
Nothing will make you feel like a bitch other than an 85-year-old lady completing an Ironman while you're sitting on the couch.
That's incredible.
That's fucking nuts. That one blew me away.
Wow. It's weird. I was in like the Civil Air Patrol, that thing. Mm-hmm. Thank you. Dismissed.
At ease.
I didn't feel like I had awesome stamina like running before that, and then we went to like encampment, which is like, mock boot camp basically. And then we would run and sing the cadences. And something about that, I felt like I could run forever.
I think it's designed that way.
Yeah.
To help you regulate breathing and
so odd.
pace.
Yeah. But I was like, oh man, like I'm not getting tired at all. Like I could just jog for the rest of time if we just keep singing these weird ass songs.
And some people are really fucking weird like that. I carry a lot of mass, so that muscle eats energy. Every one of my steps is going to take more than someone who weighs 140, 150 pounds because I'm running at 200 pounds. So I require more food, more water, all these things. It's not efficient. It's fucking stupid. That's why runners look the way runners look. Right. But there's this fucking kid. His name's like Hans. Shit. They call him the kid. He's a young dude. Hans. Fucking can't remember. But he was like the new, like he just like popped up on the scene and just started fucking destroying people. And everybody's like, who the fuck is this? And I just watched a whole documentary about him. And one of the things that he was like, he started doing, I think he did like cross country in high school and was like, man, I'm pretty good at this. I just have the body type for it and I enjoy it. And like, we'll just go do it. So he started doing it and he started doing marathons on a whim, easily complete them. I'll train for like 8 months and be like fucking dead at the end of it. And he's just like, Saturday, he gets off the couch like, that'll be cool. That'll be cool. See if I can do it.
Wow.
And bust out a time that's like competitive with people that train.
Yeah.
So he was like, oh, I wonder like if I could do ultras. So he started doing fucking ultra marathons. And then he just started doing stupid shit on social media. I'm going to run 50 miles, but I'm not going to eat anything but goldfish and Mountain Dew.
Whoa. What an asshole.
And he did that no problem. Bro.
I heard about another YouTuber.
Fucking Mountain Dew?
Who was who's like beating Olympic athletes in speed, like running.
Sprints
Yeah,
or distance?
sprint.
But he's not in the Olympics?
No, he's just like a YouTuber. He's just running faster than everyone.
I would vet that a little better. I'd look at his actual times, and then if they're AccuTrack times or if they're like stopwatch times. Like,
No, he's like side by side racing these people.
oh,
Yeah,
in real life,
real.
IRL.
Yeah,
Shit.
and then I only heard about it. I think it was
You got to go off times
they
though,
were
because
talking about it on like Rogan or something, and he like called out this some like runner, and then he beat him, and he's like, "Now let's go again," and he beat him again.
is
He
his
just
name I Show Speed?
yeah, yeah.
Oh God.
Is that bullshit? Sounded legit.
I think he's quick,
I haven't seen any of it, so
but
I
he's a young
heard it.
kid who's like, he's a streamer,
Mm.
and he's like streams his whole life or something. And he just got some fucking massive deal, like $240 million deal for streaming or some shit. He's like on course to be like one of the youngest billionaires ever for all the deals he's doing right now.
Because he runs fast?
That's what it started as.
That's crazy.
But then he like, I think he's an above average quick athlete.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of the shit that is manufactured for online viewing is just that, manufactured.
Right. Yeah.
I would.
mean,
That's what I'm saying. I'd want to see. I could beat Usain Bolt too if he only jogged. You know what I mean?
hmm
It's like, oh, see, I beat him in a foot race. Was he trying his absolute fucking hardest?
Right.
Doubt it.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I don't know exactly which thing you're talking about, but that's why time is like, well, go out and beat some fucking Olympic times because those dudes are actually fucking trying,
Yeah.
and the times are there forever to find. So
Right. Yeah. My grandma was telling me she bought her house in Gilbert for $15,000. And the house across the street from her, which is like the same layout apparently, just sold for like 1.2.
she's still in it.
Yeah. It's fucking insane, right?
Well, that's
Gilbert.
crazy to live through that much inflation where 15 grand,
Yeah.
like how fast did you pay it off just due to inflation?
Right.
If money deflates, so prices inflate, but the original loan amount is the same, you're getting the value. I don't know. I guess value doesn't change then, just the money inflating and deflating is different. But it just seems weird because your pay goes up as prices go up, so people can't pay
Right.
for anything. Like jobs adjust,
Right. Yeah.
and then they're like, all right, well, we're gonna pay you $20 an hour now instead of 10. And you're like, fucking sweet. I can take all that extra and dump it on the house and pay the house off super fast because it's only 15 grand. But inflation probably doesn't happen that fast to be able to track like that. But
True. But also, like, you were in Gilbert recently, right? You went to do your adjustment there.
oh yeah,
It's pretty developed,
yeah.
and she's telling me that when she had that house, it was surrounded by farmland.
Oh, I'm sure.
Basically like this.
Yeah.
Like that is hard to imagine. It's so crazy.
I lived in Arrowhead
hmm
area.
hmm
We lived like maybe a mile from the mall.
Yeah, I used to live right next door to it.
And I remember riding my bike through the orange orchards that became Arrowhead Mall.
Wow.
Yeah. So now I go back there and I'm like, holy fuck, dude, this is crazy.
Yeah. I haven't paid attention, but I remember like on 99th and the 101, they had the Fear Farm thing going on.
Mm-hmm. That's apartments.
Is it gone now?
Not completely. There's still pieces of it right there, but they just built all that. It's like an entire community, but it's only for rent.
Oh, I saw that. It looks weird.
Yeah. All the
It looks
garages are in like a separate part of the community,
looks unsettling.
and they're like 12 inches apart. You can like
Yeah.
hop roof to roof.
Yeah.
It's apartments with like but it's a house.
But they're like isolated from
Yeah.
one another.
Like more of like a duplex.
No, yeah, I was looking into it for a minute, but it just weirded me out. I don't like it. I don't know how to explain that. Just Something about it's just unsettling. Just packed in like sardines.
Yeah. It's fucking crazy that's a thing.
It's a cool option
It's worrisome.
if you can't afford a house and you want an apartment, but you don't really want to deal with like the neighbors above you doing jumping jacks all day.
Well, the problem is in that whole thing when investors start getting into a market that people need to stay alive, like people need housing, people need these things. And it used to be the fucking American dream to own a house.
Mm-hmm.
When you need, as a business, when you need a loan, what do you loan against?
Mm.
Your income
Mm-hmm.
or assets that you have,
Mm-hmm.
and how much those assets are worth would determine how much a bank is willing to give you, so that if you forfeit on the loan, they take the asset that should be worth the same or more than they gave you. Well, let's say that I have so much fucking money that I'm going to go start buying homes, cash money at a slightly inflated price. So you'd be an idiot to say no to my offer as a homeowner. And then once I own half of this development and every house has sold around it for this inflated price, now what do appraisers go off of for the house value? Oh, they go off comps. Well, the comp next door was 400,000 and the comp next door to that one's 400,000. So I guess, yeah, why wouldn't this one be 400,000? So now you've increased the amount of the neighborhood that you've bought half of artificially. The house wasn't really ever worth 400. That's why everyone was like, you'll give me 400 for a 270 house? Take it. Fuck yeah, I just made the deal of the century. Except now they own all of it. And by owning all of it, it now is worth whatever they say it's worth. So they played the system on itself. So now they own all these assets, and now they just loan against the value that they created. So now the bank is willing to loan them back money for the house. So they purchased the asset with the cash that they had, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now the bank will loan them on that amount because they bought so much of it that now everyone agrees that all the houses in this area are worth 400.
That's weird.
So they take all their money back out and they go spend it on other shit. But the house was never worth 400.
Right.
And then the economical change in the forecast of everything around it is now changing because those comps are being used for normal people selling their houses. Look, this one just sold for 400. I want 400 for mine. And now we're where we are now, where
Right.
15 years ago, the average home price in Arizona was 170,000. Today, it's 400,000.
Yeah. It's absurd.
You just priced everyone else out of the market.
Mm-hmm.
No one can. And so, hey, well, I'm a homeowner that has a house, and if you want to buy a house, you got to pay 400,000. So if I want to rent my house, you should pay a way higher rent. So rent fucking doubled.
Right.
And then apartments are like, well, if all the rent's doubling there, well, I'm going to double my rent.
Mm-hmm.
For fucking what?
Right.
It's just, it fucking went snowball, dude, just downhill, picking up shit along the way. And now we're in this mess where it's like everyone's house poor, or they're paying so much fucking money to just house themselves that they can't afford anything else.
Yeah.
So what does that lead to? Our desires to have nicer things and have a nicer car and have nice furnishings in our place, those don't go away. We can't even come close to affording it.
Yeah.
So what does that now mean? Oh, consumer credit. Now we're at the highest consumer credit has ever been in the United States history.
Really? I didn't know that.
It's fucking trillions.
Mm.
Okay. Go on Zillow sometime when you get some time and just click on the foreclosures only and just start fucking zooming out. They're everywhere.
Really?
When I sold my house in Tartesso, I was like one of 2 homes for sale in Tartesso. There's like 70 homes for sale in Tartesso right now, and nothing's selling because no one has the money because everything got so out of whack. And then they took all that money they made on these awesome, this investor's offering me 400,000, no questions asked. Great, I'm going to take that. Spent all the money on fun shit or whatever they did with it. And then now they want back into a home or whatever the case is. Well, now you can't afford it. Not at 6 fucking percent.
It's interesting. I appreciate that you just broke down for me how that inflation occurred, because I never really thought that much about it. So how does it return to a point of normalcy?
We won't know yet.
Like, has that happened before?
Not like this, because investors traditionally never got into housing. It wasn't
Oh, really?
it wasn't like a attractive enough asset class. But then when you started seeing everybody I know has a rental house.
Yeah.
So you start thinking like, oh shit. Like I started looking into it.
Yeah.
We had all that money from the other house and stuff. Me and Tiffany tried to get into it. I just couldn't get down with the numbers. Everything that everyone was telling me was, it's the long game. You're going to retire and be so great, set up for it. And I'm like, sure, maybe, I guess. Like, oh, it's the tax benefits. And like, I dove into all of it. And then you have these people that are like, buy the house, put a tenant in it, they're paying your mortgage, refinance the house, buy another house with that money down, and you do this game, right? These fucking billionaires, that's what they're talking about.
Monopoly.
But they're leaving out these fucking core details that just like, that doesn't work. An amortization of a 30-year fixed mortgage in the first 10 years, like 80 to 90% of your payment for 10 years is interest only.
Right.
You pay like $1,500 a month, 200 of that went to the principal.
Mm-hmm.
What is there to refinance? You still owe the whole amount.
Right.
So you're telling me every 12 to 15 years, I now have enough equity in a home to pull the equity back out, which means my fucking amount that I owe every month, my mortgage just went up, which means I have to raise my rent to cover that. Already doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
But you're telling me every 15 years, I can go buy another house to repeat and fucking rinse repeat this cycle? I'm going to have 4 houses by the time I'm fucking retired.
Mm-hmm.
And I won't own any of them. What is the point?
Right.
So, dude, I went all through it. My realtor, real cool guy. I would venture to say that like we're more than acquaintances, at this point. I would consider him like a friendly.
You're lovers.
Yeah, sex partners. No big deal. Like, and he had like 5 houses.
Wow.
So I'm talking to him like, dude, make this make sense to me. And the answer I get every time is like, it's not about the short-term gain. I'm like, look, dude, if there's no short-term gain, then this is not expandable.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I have to wait a long amount of time, time is the only resource we don't have more of. I can't wait this out to be rich. I'll just be dead with assets.
Yeah.
And didn't live any better than I'm living now.
Yeah.
Like something when you're young has to be invested in that has a high yield. Otherwise, you're never going to make it to, I need to invest in these more, what do you call it? Less risk profile things, right? Like when you're balancing a 401k, when you're young and you're putting into a 401k, you want to put all the money into stocks and stuff. You want to set it up so they're trading on your behalf to be in things that have a high return. High return comes with higher risk of losing it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole fucking point. If you want to buy into Ford that's been around for 200 and something years, that's a pretty safe bet that company's not going anywhere. You want to put in to Tesla that hasn't even built a fucking car yet, it's going to be way cheaper because it could go under at any minute. But that means when it doesn't go under, you bought in before the realized gain. When the gain happens, it's going to happen exponentially more than Ford because Ford already did its thing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I get it. Buying houses and renting them out and stuff like that. Sure. If I'm looking for like some long-term depreciating gains that I can write off of taxes and make all this shit work, great. But it's not, when you're 25 to 35 years old, that's not really what you need to be doing with your money if you plan to live any better lifestyle than you currently live working a job.
Yeah, okay.
I hit a dead end. I fucking hit a goddamn dead end with everything I've ever looked into, dude. Like,
Really?
I can't believe how fucking hard it is to make money without using your time.
What do you mean? Is that the whole thing?
What do you mean?
You can't believe how hard it is to make money without using your time.
Yeah,
Like you want a situation where you just like a set it and forget it?
that's the only way to accumulate wealth.
Right, yeah.
Because you have the same amount of time I have. If we sell it to get the money,
Right.
we eventually are out of time.
Mhm.
You only have so much to sell.
Yeah, dude. It is
Even if you increase the cost of your time, which has been my strategy to this point,
right.
let me acquire skills and knowledge in places where those are very high demand. So
Right.
people have to fight over what I'm worth, or I just go to the next one and they'll pay me more. That's how I've structured it primarily.
Mhm.
But at a certain point, even that caps out. People can't pay you things for productivity. So then you start selling ideas or processes and the way that you influence people's businesses, which open avenues to allow them to make more money, which is an invaluable asset. You become invaluable because they'd pay whatever it was, as long as the outcome of their business is more. They made a good deal.
Mhm.
If you have to pay me $2 million a year, but I bring you $5 million a year because of my ideas and the way that I do shit for your business, that's a fucking no brainer. You doubled your money. But that doesn't happen with skilled labor. Doing a job never doubles any company's money.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's so strange how, for like the first pieces of our lives, most of our lives, some people their whole lives, they focus on, let me be more valuable so people will pay me more money. But if you do that right and you do it quickly and you get to a point where you're like, this is fucking about as valuable as these goddamn hands get, no matter what human being they're on, what's the thing that changes after that? What do I have to offer with this to make more money for them or for
Yeah.
my own business, right?
Yeah.
And that's a whole nother deal.
It is, I was talking to ChatGPT the other day.
Nice. I love those talks.
Yeah. I'm like, Nick's YouTube's growing super fast and mine isn't. And I'm like, is it something I'm doing wrong I need to be doing differently?
It's the niche.
And it was pointing to something I didn't consider. It was like, well, Nick's talking about like physical things. He's talking about like solar, and then there's products attached to that. Like if you have a channel about any like specific thing, it's going to be easier to grow because it's tangible. There's always like people interested in that thing. But if you're talking about ideas, that's a lot harder to initially grab the attention of people. It's always going to be a slower process because it's not clear on the surface what the value is.
Yeah.
And then I'm like talking about making money on YouTube, and it's like, yeah, you'll probably make money on YouTube, but not like necessarily you can't really bet on like job replacement money. You're going to want to develop several different lanes. Um and so
What was it basing that off of?
um like the type of channel that I have and the ways that you make money from YouTube. and then talking about how YouTube, it's saying like you shouldn't just like place a bet on YouTube making you all this money. Like you should
I wouldn't
you
go
should
to the
aim
casino with those odds and fucking play that.
right, yeah.
Yeah, I agree with
You
that.
should aim for that,
Sure.
but you should consider YouTube as a platform of people who are interested in your ideas and then sell them something
Yeah.
with that platform, right? And so then I'm like, well, fuck, like, so, so my thing, I mean, there's like people on YouTube who are like selling um, motivation. There's people on YouTube selling self-help. And my thing is kind of like between those lanes. It's like I'm trying to express like a sense of relief, like without the pressure of motivation. I think for some people that can be a little self-defeating, and I think self-help is just tired. So this is my lane's kind of somewhere in between. It's more about just clarifying ideas that might feel like that I think need clarification. Um, and so now that's where I'm kind of sitting. Like I have a clear idea of what it is I have to offer, and now I'm trying to figure out how am I supposed to package this? It's like, well, a book is an option, but not a very good option right now. So my best thought right now is like I have to always go back and reconsider like what would I want? Like
Package it to be sold.
yeah. Or not necessarily pack, but yeah. I'm like I'm thinking about doing like a series of like audio so it would kind of come across somewhat like an audio book, right? But it's just going to be like clarifying thoughts. It's going to be set to like music, so it'll have like some of the vibe of like a guided meditation if you've ever heard one of those. It usually has like a little bit of ambient music behind it and a voice. So it'll be between like a book and that, right? Where it's like there's a tone being set with music, but it's just like helpful information for clarifying thoughts so that you can like move easier through the world without fucking hating yourself, basically. But yeah, that's I'm sure I'm going to continually refine and like come up with different ideas, but it is like not obvious how to make money from ideas like that. You know what I mean? Thoughts.
I think there are plenty of avenues once you've had the following. Sales in general is about creating the following.
Right.
That's why brands pay people with a following to just talk about their shit. Wear my shirt. You're fucking welcome, right. Red Bull. But you see in like every podcast, there's a fucking random shelf behind their guest that has a fucking Zions can on there. Like,
right.
That's the hardest fucking part.
Becoming trusted.
Yeah. Or influential. I hate the fucking word influencer. I'm an influencer. You're a fucking loser.
It is one of the worst words.
It's so stupid. But they do have influence.
Yeah.
Just for whatever reason. If people see them drinking something, like, oh, that's probably good if they have it. Let me try that. So that's worth money to people that create a product.
I don't recommend it.
The issue that you're having is the same issue that this podcast has. Like we talked about before on Shark Tank, Mr. Wonderful is always, as soon as you have a product that excludes 50% of the population, he's fucking out.
Yeah.
Oh, you have an all women's only product. Yeah, I'm cool. No thanks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to put my money into things that everyone buys, because statistically that just increased my chances of selling things by 50 fucking %.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think what do you think the market is on people who are looking to actually make a change in their life
All right.
through mental work that's fucking painful and has no positive impact on their life for long periods of time? And even then, that impact is subjective to you.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to lose your friends. You're going to lose family members. You're going to lose all these fucking things. You're going to become so aware of everyone's weird bullshit that you no longer fit in society. Oh, that's fucking fun.
Right.
We've built this whole system to reject all of that.
Right.
What do you think the percentage of the population is that's like, man, yep,
Yeah. Even if
it's the
the
journey I'm fucking ready for.
even if the information is sound and beneficial and valuable, it doesn't change like the difficulty of implementation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which that's its own barrier.
You could have the best product in the world, but only 12 people use it. Guess how many sales you got? 12.
It's got to be expensive.
So there's that, right?
Yeah.
How much is it worth? Somebody that I look into a lot of their shit just because it's in the same lane. There are people that make it, but they're usually making it out of authority.
Right.
And to be authoritative, you need experience, you need knowledge, you need all these things that we're not yet old enough or experienced enough to have. But what's to say that this isn't the ground?
Right.
This isn't the floor in which that's being made.
It probably is.
I think
Even
it
if
would
it's
be.
not this directly, this is like
I
the
like to go back.
foundation.
Yeah. I like to go back and watch old shit from Tony Robbins
Mm. Yeah.
and then watch his new shit. He's not saying much different things, but he's built a brand, recognition. It's the same guy doing the same thing, saying the same things, but he's now bridged 3 or 4 generations. So the first generation was the hardest one to get,
Mm-hmm.
but then they started even relaying that information once they finally started believing in it and hearing it. They started giving that to their kids. Then their kids took that and you boom, you blew up another population because you bridged another generation. But none of this shit, dude, is going to be a year, 2 years,
Yeah.
5 years. So
It's a long
it
game.
comes back to everything in an entrepreneurial lane where if you are not doing the thing you love or the thing that has a lot of interest to you, you're not going to make it.
Yeah, you're gonna burn out.
Not because it's not going to make it, but because the time that you're going to have to do it and the shit that you're going to have to invest in it to push through the amount of hurdles, barriers, and length of time
Yeah.
in which it's going to take to get noticed, you will not stick it out.
Right.
I think that's just the number one thing. Like having that spirit to even
Yeah.
do it in the first place with you get nothing back
Mm-hmm.
is one thing. Getting nothing back for 8 fucking years.
Yeah.
And even at that 8-year mark, people will be like, oh my God, look at this guy just blew up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like that will happen eventually where it'll be like, zoop, it'll take off.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's going to be fucking years.
Yeah.
And there's only so much optimization you can do in there.
Right. Yeah.
Like you're like, ask
Or it's just out of
ChatGPT,
your
what's he
hands.
doing that I'm not doing? Like,
Right.
could be frequency of posting, could be this. No, it's not, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah.
But I think all of it, to gain a following, you have to be an authoritative figure in that space, whatever that is.
Yeah.
And if you don't have anything to say that you are,
I think I'm lucky right now. With the information that I'm giving and the way that I'm giving it, I haven't seen anybody else doing that.
so that was the next thing I was going to say for your stuff, particularly, and even this maybe, who knows, but your stuff particularly, you're either going to be a series of quote unquote failed ventures
Mm-hmm.
because they had a very low probability of success because of how long they're going to stretch.
Yeah.
And you just burn out or give up on the thing and like, I'm going to change it to this and I'm going to change it to that. and you didn't stick with one, that's a serious possibility.
Mm-hmm.
Or two, you're going to be the fucking Kanye West of whatever it is that your shit's about. Where it's like,
Right.
what the fuck? No one, like, whoa,
Mm-hmm.
no one's doing this. And you just happen to hit a lane with total genuine spirit behind it
Mm-hmm.
that no one else was doing. And it blows up and is like, whoa, holy fuck, look at this. And then they'll look back on it and be like, why was nobody else talking about that?
Yeah.
I don't know, motherfucker, they just weren't.
Yeah.
But they are now.
Yeah.
What Joe Rogan did for podcasts in general could be the lane that you started for your specific thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't, you don't know, and I don't know what the fuck that's going to end up being by the time it gets the traction that you're actually looking for. But
who knows? You know, what feels good is that it feels good.
and that's sometimes the only thing that you need to keep going long enough for it to
Yeah.
be like, holy shit, the right person saw it.
Like on a personal level, it just really decompresses something inside of me that's just like, it just feels good to get that out.
Good.
So then it's like, nice. I'm just going to keep doing that
Yeah.
for that feeling. And then hopefully that turns into something, but also I'm just going to keep doing it,
Yeah.
you know?
And
What's weird is like, and with the podcast too, is like on a visual aspect, I hate it because it's like, it's a talking head and a sea of talking heads. And I'm like,
Yeah.
is there no other fucking way? But then I have to be like, well, it's good because fucking AI and artificial and whatever, like it's good to like, you don't really get more authentic than my fucking face. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But it just feels like there's
It's
something better.
it's overplayed, I think, because it's so easy to do.
Exactly. Yeah. And there's a better way to do it, and I don't know what it is, but that's what I would like to figure out.
Well, for your space, even I don't want to say like this is a new thing. It's not a new thing because it's already been done because that's why I know about it. But
Right.
the way that David Goggins does his books, an ebook,
Mm-hmm.
that's what they're called, right? Ebooks?
Sure. Yeah.
Audio. Wait,
Audiobook. Yeah, audiobook's an ebook.
is that a fucking thing though? Do people say that?
I don't know.
This is one of those weird times where you forget how to spell something super easy and you're like, wait.
It didn't make me feel like, what are you talking about?
All right.
So.
Audiobook. That sounds better to me for some reason.
let's do
Fucking,
like a
there's a
fucking
fucking creature in there.
10-minute section where it's just our stomachs communicating.
That could be an ASMR, dude. Somebody be into it.
Yeah.
Fuck. Oh, David Goggins, his audiobooks are fucking cool because they were the first of their format. And I don't listen to enough books to know if people have caught on to that and like, that's a good idea, we're doing that. It's been years, so I'd imagine people are doing it. But he does a narrated chapter, then they go to a podcast style thing like this where him and the narrator break down real world shit and you get extra content from it. So when you're talking about how do I package it, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's another option too, where you do that, and then whoever your narrator is like, dude, it's important for the narrator to be reading it for the first time, so he has the same questions that the audience is going to have when they hear it the first time.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll be reading it, and then when he gets to the end of the chapter, like, fucking hold up, what led up to XYZ that this was, what the chapter was about. Have you listened to any of the David Goggins books?
Mm-mm.
That's how he does it. So the guy will read the whole thing. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
God damn, it's losing his shit there.
All right. Yeah. Digestion. Are you hungry or?
I haven't eaten in like 8 hours or something. I don't know. It's not good. Yeah, it's been too long. Anyways,
Goggins, read.
so this guy reads the book, and then whatever that chapter is about, it's always fucking something nutty with his goddamn life, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the dude stops and he's like, all right, dude, what were you doing at the time that made you have to put in for this race with 4 days notice? What's the fucking thought process behind all that? And then they go into like a 15-minute conversation that gives you all of the backstory that you can't put into a book.
Right.
Unless you want it to be fucking 2,000 pages.
Hmm.
There's some shit that's just, I need to hit the highlights so this book isn't a dictionary length.
Yeah.
But then that shit comes in after and you're like, oh, that was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And it made him a best-selling fucking author for it 2 times in a row.
Yeah, it's smart.
It's fucking cool. I love that format. Versus just listening to some dude just drone out for fucking 16 hours while you listen to them read this book to you.
Right.
It breaks it up. It's a fucking cool thing. And I think
So Goggins reads the chapter,
no,
or this guy
the narrator reads it.
reads the chapter and then discusses it with Goggins.
Yes.
After each chapter.
Yep.
Yeah, that is really interesting.
It was fucking cool. I liked it.
And this is all contained within the audiobook?
Yeah. So the audiobook contains like 4 hours extra of commentary that you would not have gotten if you just bought the book.
That's pretty fascinating.
I liked it a lot. I love that style where it really worked.
Yeah, that's brilliant because then all the questions a reader would have get to be addressed.
Right. Like
there.
there's a lot of times when he's reading shit, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Like, why the fuck would you do that? And then as soon as the chapter ends, he's like, all right, Goggins, break this down.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, fucking sweet. Now I have that answer.
Yeah, I like that. But I know I just have a feeling in my gut that there is definitely a better way to do it. And I think the way I'm going to find it is by just keep pointing it back at myself, because it's like I have a hard time maintaining my attention with a lot of these things. So it's like if I can make it in a way that captures my own attention, then I can capture the attention of the people like me. You know what I mean? Because I can tell where I'm like, oh, this is like, I've seen this too much. This has been done too much. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's, I mean, you're probably more accustomed to it with the music side of your life's venture in that. Those are weird fucking sounds. Much more than I would be, because everything in that seems risky to be genuine, because I've always just looked for, like, I don't care what's genuine or what's whatever. What's the most beneficial? What roadmap has someone already carved where I'm like, okay, I definitely assimilate with that. I need to do that to get closer to the goal, right? So if that's professionally, that looks like, oh, my stepdad was in the Navy. That gave him enough education to get out of the Navy and come right back to this nuke plant where he makes $150,000 a year.
Here's a path that works.
Fuck. Why would I reinvent the wheel? That's smart.
Right.
I'm an idiot. I'm 18. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Mm-hmm. That's a proven success path. Mm-hmm. I would like to make that much money. I'm going to do that. Something similar to it, right? I didn't pick the same field. I didn't pick all that shit, but I knew it'd be beneficial to somewhere after. So that's what you do. But your shit was much more like, I'm going to be me. And when that gets accepted, I don't have to do anything else. I'm just being me.
Right.
I've never considered that until I turned 30 something years old, that I should be me. And some people are going to like that.
Yeah.
I've had this idea that, like, I'm going to be what everybody wants me to be.
Yeah.
At all times, because
it works.
Yeah. Because then they'll like me. And that's how we base success.
Right.
The whole fucking metric's fucked.
Yeah.
But that was in my brain. That's how it worked.
And because that is how it works.
Yeah. Until it doesn't work for you anymore. And then it's like, wow, this whole thing's fucking coming off the rails.
It most often doesn't work for you, but it's how, like, we've learned to, function in the world.
It's just fucked up, though.
It is fucked up.
Right.
I mean, there's necessary aspects to it, and then there's just complete nonsense aspects to it.
Yeah, there's just not enough focus on people being real.
Yeah, there isn't. There's not a lot of lanes and environments where that's permitted.
Dude, and even to the level of work that we've done for ourselves, I still battle it every day when a decision comes up that I have to make that I know might look a certain way or have someone think about what I'm saying a certain way, or when I say it, they will internalize that as something on their end. That's not my fucking responsibility, but I know it would happen. So then I pull it back into my fucking lab and I start deconstructing it and reconstructing it in a way that I think it'll land softer and not give them those feelings.
I think that's acceptable.
Why? Why am I responsible for that work?
You're not.
And I do it to the point where I'll make up small details that didn't really happen or aren't really real so that they just look at it better. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Like, I fucking did it today, dude. Like 20 minutes before you got here. We ordered groceries.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always that weird, like, I don't know you. And you're technically like doing me service. So it's like this weird, like,
Yeah.
dynamic that like I paid you to go get my groceries dropped at my door. And then it's like, what does that say about you that you don't get your own fucking groceries? So then I start thinking about that. And I'm like, oh, well, if that comes up while I go outside to pick up a bundle, if she's coming back from the car and we end up there, whatever, and then they say something to you, it just happened, right? Like, okay, that's all of it. I'm like, oh, awesome. Thanks. Have a good day or whatever. And then she was apologizing because Costco didn't have any boxes to consolidate all the shit in. So she's like, sorry, they didn't have any boxes. And I was like, oh, it's no big deal. Like sometimes there's just, yeah, I get it. There's no boxes there, whatever. But I start doing this thing where I'm like, I feel like I should tell her something so she knows that I sometimes do shop.
Right.
So I'm not looked at like a lazy piece of shit.
Right.
And I'm like, what the fuck? I was about to make something up to tell her.
I wasn't able to shop because.
Yeah. That's where I was going. Whereas like, oh shit, well if she's like says anything, like, oh yeah, my daughter's sick, so that's why I'm not getting my own groceries.
None of my cars work.
But so that thought crosses my mind for something as stupid as talking to a stranger I'll never see again in my life about a service I paid them to do.
Mm-hmm.
Why? That's how fucked up society's gotten. Where like if you're doing it for that, imagine the shit you're doing when you have to tell a friend or someone you've known for a long time why it is you can't go to this thing they invited you to, or let me make up a thing. Dylan just invited us to watch Supercross at his house.
I used to do that same thing all the time, dude.
We all fucking do it.
It's exhausting. Now I'm just going to say like, I just don't want to.
See? Yeah. But that is socially unacceptable. You to get invited to something and be like, no, thanks.
It's more acceptable than you might think. So, like a lot of times when I'll do that, like people will be a little taken back.
I think it depends on who's receiving it. Yeah,
it definitely does. But more often than not, they really respect the fact that I just told them that I.
That's cool.
Yeah, they're like, man, people don't usually say that, or like, you know what I mean? Like,
and the price of admission there was possibly pissing off that person or having them be really annoyed with that.
Or I get to look like a fucking 60-year-old man. Like, nah, it's a little late for me when I get to bed at a
time.
You know what I mean?
That's another thing though. Like, why do you owe them an explanation?
Nah. Yeah, you really don't.
No.
Yeah.
No, thanks. Oh,
but
sometimes then they'll do that. Like, why? Don't internalize this and make it about you, motherfucker.
Right. Yeah. Does it matter?
So Dylan invited us to something like yesterday or the day before, maybe day before yesterday or some shit, right? And I was like, fuck, dude. It was day of. I get a lot of that shit where somebody's like, hey, we're going to this thing tonight. You guys should come out. I'm like, fuck, dude, my life is planned weeks ahead. I don't have the luxury of like, I'm doing this today. You want to go? I'm like, fuck, I wish.
Yeah.
If you told me that 4 days ago, I'd be able to squeeze it in. So when people do the day of shit, I'm just like, yeah, dude, I can't fucking do that. So I scheduled that big ass shed to get picked up by a fucking semi truck, hauled somewhere else, set down, leveled. We're moving all the shit. I had to move all the shit out of the shed into the garage, consolidate all the gym equipment into one corner so I could fit all that stuff in. It was a huge fucking day.
Jesus.
And then at like 11 o'clock, I get like, hey, we're doing this thing tonight. And I just straight up like, I'm 90% sure I won't make that.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh yeah, no problem. He's like, we were just doing.
But why?
We were doing Lane's birthday, his son's birthday. And then we were going to do that after. And I was like, okay, cool. Sounds good. I'll let you know if I can make it or whatever. And then a text came after that was like, hey, I wasn't like not inviting you to Lane's birthday party. It was just something more specific. We wanted kids that were only his age. Ivan's a little older. It wouldn't have been that great for him. So we were just only inviting people that had kids that shared that same age group and interest. He started doing
He
it.
was doing it, yeah.
He was softening the landing to me like, oops, I said we had an event and he didn't get invited to
You
that.
mentioned the event, and now he's probably wondering.
So I text him back. I'm like, bro, you don't have to fucking justify why I wasn't invited. And if someone gets pissed that they weren't invited, that's kind of on them.
Mm-hmm.
It could be something completely innocent like that.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't, but insecure people, and I used to be one, so I fucking know. Like, you can't hide it from me because I fucking was it.
Right. You're
You
like
go,
the
you
tale
go
close to me.
immediately to like, what the fuck? Why am I not invited? It's probably because fucking, and you start making up these crazy scenarios that didn't cross anybody's mind but your own.
Yeah.
And you isolate yourself doing that.
Yeah.
So it's just a fucking weird deal, dude. And it takes so much effort for me still to not be that people pleaser. Let me justify all of my actions to you. Nah.
Well, it's so hard too because it's like when you're operating from that insecure place, and you're like, oh, like I can't believe he didn't like invite me to that thing. What the fuck, you know? And then you're spending a day thinking about why didn't I invite it?
Yeah.
And then you're like, fuck, he fucking hates me.
You build
I
it into
wonder why he
something.
hates me. He hates me. You know why? You know why he didn't invite me is because the last time
Yeah.
I said that one thing, and that's why. And I can't believe he would do that because I said that, dude. That's fucked up. And then like,
You
and then
villainize.
you see that person maybe a week later, and you come with this built up energy of like, fucker didn't invite me. Like, what's up, man? Like, and it the way that it continues, like to interrupt your life. Whereas the other possibility is you just go, oh, and it's over. And it's like,
And you
and you're
didn't.
not tormented for the next week and creating situations that
Yeah.
don't need to occur, generating complications in your life that don't need to happen.
They didn't even exist.
Yeah.
You made it up.
You're manufacturing obstacles for yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's absurd. And a lot of times, like, if you are reacting because of insecurity in a situation where like none of that is true, none of that exists, you end up generating the actual justification for the insecurity, right? So it's like, oh, he hates me, and then you get this whole like narrative in your head, and then you come at him all weird, and then he does start to fucking not like you.
Wait,
You know what I mean?
you mean we manifest the things that we're thinking about
Exactly.
end
Yeah.
up being true in our lives?
And then so you feel validated. You know what I mean? So then the behavior continues. It's just so fucking twisted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, dude, it's like, it's a never ending goalpost. It's just moving constantly of things you could do better
Mhm.
to not be fucking ridiculous.
It's hard for me, especially like, in moments where, you know, Jess, my girlfriend, is like fine 90% of the time. And then every once in a while, she just has a day where she's just a little sensitive and a little insecure. And like, I come home at a different time than I usually do. Or like, I flip through my phone and like set it like face down like a little too fast.
So it looks suspicious.
Yeah, and then she's just like got this whole like idea in her head, and it turns into a thing. And then she's asking me like, "Well, I mean, do you ever have those? Like, doesn't that ever happen to you?" And I'm like, "No, it doesn't. It doesn't. I'm sorry." Like, and it did, but like my whole mentality is just like, listen, I trust you 100%, or I trust you 0%, right? So I trust you, and until I have like legitimate reason not to, I'm going to continue to trust you, right? That's just how it is to me. Like I'm not going to sit here and fantasize, oh, what if this? What if no, no, no. When I know something's fucked up, I'm not going to trust you anymore and it's going to suck. But let's just not let that happen. I'm not going to go like imagining that like you're hooking up with someone else or like developing feelings for somebody else. I'm just going to imagine that you're happy in this relationship in the same way that I am. You know, there's just no reason to like go down that path. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I think it's hard. It's funny because you are Tiffany in this scenario and I'm her.
Mm.
Like,
Yeah.
that's how those two personalities would be framed if it was me and her in the same shoes as you and her.
Mm-hmm.
And I always had logic prevailing, but I'm not a woman who is not in control of hormonal shifts throughout a month. And there's
Right.
12 of them bitches in a year. So I've
Yeah, dude.
also done enough hormonal experimentation on myself to know that when the hormones tell you what's happening, there is no logic that's going to drag you out of that. You
Right.
fucking believe it because you feel it.
When you're there, that you're there. Yeah.
So I get the struggle, but as a dude, I've always been able to like, man, that was weird how she set that down. I'm probably being a fucking lunatic right now. I have no other reason to believe anything.
Yeah.
So fuck it, I'm just going to let it go. But I can totally see how you can't let that go for other reasons. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
How much of that scooter you think we're picking up?
I don't know.
This motherfucker.
Had to be quiet all the time.
Yeah.
I think that's why I was so taken by music. Because, like, oh, I get to fucking,
It was the opposite of what you're ever allowed to do.
yeah, I get to be loud. I get to express myself. I never get to. Totally.
What were we just talking about? Oh, the insecurity thing.
Insecurity and, yeah, the suspicion. It's funny because, like, dude, I'm never doing anything on my phone. And I'm always like, dude, if you can look at my phone, like, go through it if you want. And she's like, no, I don't want to do that. It's your thing. It's your private thing. I'm like, I don't feel that way about it. Like, she's like, no, she refuses to actually. I'm like, everything to make you feel better is right here. Just like scroll through it, whatever. But she won't do it.
It's a weird thing, right?
But
It's like,
sometimes I'm like fucking ADHD on my phone, zipping through like multiple, going to Chat GPT, and then I'm going to this thing, and I'm going to that thing, and just the quickness that I'm jumping screens in a moment will look like I was hiding
oh, yeah, yeah.
the last thing that I was doing. I'm like, and I'm not even thinking about that. I'm like, what are you talking about? No, I was just doing this.
I have a habit of every time I have the same thing. And Tiffany asked me one time about it. I have the same thing where every time I'm done with a fucking app or I'm going to close my phone down and I've been doing several things on it, so a lot of stuff's open in the background, I swipe it up or swipe it down so I see everything. And then I fucking,
Yeah.
I swipe them all away.
Yeah.
Android has a clear all button. So I would do one swipe, clear all, and it didn't look as weird.
Right.
But now it's like and then if it lines up, somebody's walking towards you and you're like get rid of everything.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like for some reason.
I have this little like holder thing on the back of my phone. So I just never put it on the back because it's like I don't like that it sits like that. And then the case has a little edge to it, so it just sits nicely flat like that. So I always put my phone face down. But on one of those days, if she notices that I do, like, it's a behavior I always do, but she just noticed it on that day, and she's like, "Why did you put it face down?"
Well, you were already sensitive to it, or
Right, yeah.
the
You're
thought
looking
process was already there.
right.
You're seeing the car that you just bought is everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Yeah, you're in that head.
You were already there. You were just looking for it, and now you confirmed your suspicion that the phone got set down.
Right. It's fucked up. But to me, I'm just like, dude, I'm like 35. You think I'm like down to like juggle relationships or like go sneak around? Like, I, I don't want to deal with that shit, dude. I don't got time for that.
I just can't believe how many people into their older ages are doing that.
Are doing that. I can't, dude. Just to imagine it stresses me out. I'm like,
It's so much work.
that is so much work.
All I'm looking for is like peace at my home and consistency. And like that sounds pretty sweet.
And yeah.
Some fun shit here and there. and like that's it.
Yeah.
I'd be cool with that. I'm not looking for like, let me fabricate situations and make up lies that are going to have to compound to keep this storyline so that I can deviously like go do shit with other
Yeah.
people but make it look like I'm really doing holy fuck
You
that.
gotta really be taking notes and keeping a tight schedule if you're gonna live that life
God,
schedule.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's
Like,
another job, dude.
yeah, it's a lot of juggling. You gotta like be recycling excuses. Yeah, it's just terrible.
That ain't for me, dude. Not to mention the fact that I'm just not mentally like capable of having like sexual relationships like that with people that I don't know at all.
Yeah,
It's too weird.
yeah, it's gonna take a long time to develop intimacy.
Well, just even where I think I know what you're thinking, because then the insecurity thing kicks in
Hmm.
and is like, you could have saw something funny on the TV behind me while we were like engaging in something and you snickered at it and be like, oh, it's because I'm fat, probably. It's probably because, oh, it's probably my dick's small. That's what she's laughing at right now.
Yeah,
It's like, no,
just
that's,
laughing at my super small, super fat dick.
it's like, well, yeah, it could have been that. Or South Park's on behind you. So that I just,
All right, but it's just that moment of vulnerability
yeah. And then if
gets you like
anything
amped.
out of the ordinary happened, then I have to think about what you're thinking about. And then nothing else is happening because I'm so out of everything else that
Yeah,
that's all I'm thinking about.
yeah,
It's fucking no thanks.
yeah.
I never understood it, dude. The
Wacky.
people that just like want to meet up in fucking 5 minutes. Sure, like the
Just what?
Tinder
Yeah, I don't get it.
grinder scenario thing, just
Yeah,
about grinder,
I've heard of it.
Brittany Griner.
Yeah, that's wild. And I've had friends who could do that.
Yeah, I know a lot of people that are like, yeah, it's like my Saturday night is just swipe, 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 swipe. Want to
Right.
fuck? Yeah, okay. What?
Pure transactional. Like I actually can't imagine it. I had to ask my friend. I'm like, can you explain to me like the process? Like, they come in, you have them take off their shoes. Do you put on Netflix and sit on the couch for a while, or do you just go,
Right? Do you
all
act
right,
like there's a
let's
courting going on?
yeah, or do you just like, and here's the bedroom, let's go, or like, what's the buffer?
See, all the things you're doing are all the things I do.
Yeah,
And I'm so lost in that I'm not even paying attention to like probably the social cues that they're putting out to answer all these questions.
right.
And I'm just so uncomfortable by the end of it that like I probably won't even be able to get hard. So we're just gonna sit here.
Right.
It's like this is a fucking
Yeah.
nightmare. Why did I do this? She's
Yeah.
probably noticing how weird I am right now because all these thoughts in my eyes and my fucking I just don't know what to do. And I
Yeah.
don't know if she wants that. Does she want that? Would that be too forward if I did that? Is that what she came over here for though?
Is she hungry? I'm calling it off.
Yeah. Not for me. But it does blow my mind how many people there are out there doing that.
It's a whole thing. It's a whole culture.
Maybe it gets easier with repetition, but like,
It's hard to tell like what is of our generation and what has always been that way, you know what I mean? But the whole like transactional sex does feel like it's of our generation. And Jordan Peterson talked about it before with like having started with the invention of like birth control, then like women were became more promiscuous because there wasn't like
so much
the
risk.
looming fear of like
Yeah.
pregnancy, and then um all that escalates until there's Tinder where people are, I mean, you already have the social buffer of a platform that you can just text the person, so people are more likely to just be like forward about their intentions, I guess. Like, you want to fuck, like, less worried about rejection because there's already like mutual interest established,
Right.
and you're not speaking, you're texting. So
Yeah. It seems less impactful to you, to yourself at least.
Yeah.
You're not putting yourself out there in a situation that has all of the senses, like in person. I'm gonna have to see you. We're speaking. I'm seeing your body language. I'm picking up on your energy. You take most of that out, and it's like reading a fucking newspaper. Yes or no? No. Oh, okay. Next person.
The last date that I went on, um, before I met Jess was like years and years ago. And like it started over Tinder. It was like the last time I was like, I'm not doing this Tinder thing anymore. Because we talked about this before where it's like, oh, you just can't really find genuine people. But like if I'm on there, someone's on there, right?
Right.
And then so I found that person and like we talked over text essentially for like a week before deciding to go on the first date. But we talked so like thoroughly that when I went on the date, like I didn't have a single question because that I hadn't already asked.
yeah.
And so it
Which
was like,
almost seems like the compatibility wasn't there, or like,
yeah, so it was really odd to like go from like only interacting with this person through text to suddenly you're in person.
and now you have nothing to talk
And
about.
now you're like, it's such a different dynamic.
Weird.
It's hard to even explain. But yeah, it's weird when like
Well, you probably got all the little shit out of the way. Like,
it's weird to know a lot about a person and then not know what their voice sounds like, right? Until you meet them, or not know like what faces they make when they express certain ideas. You know what I mean? It's just not the same.
but did you know? Because there's a lot of things that I'll ask people about, but through text message, it's just fucking too much to explain. I don't really want to do it.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they don't want to explain certain things. So it'd be like things that came up through the text stuff that I'm like, oh, I'd like a little more information about that. Like, oh, hey,
I
you said
mean,
you were into fucking whatever.
it's me, so I'm writing essays for texts, you know? So it's like it's not like leaving out a lot of information. Probably shoulda.
That's funny because I had told you that I felt like that about before starting the podcast. When we were like just talking through
Uh-huh.
text a lot and like just really going into like certain things. And I'm like, dude, we need to stop doing this.
What if we don't have anything to talk about?
Yeah,
I always got something going on up in the noggin.
that's true. That's how I got out of that thinking about.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
there's never any time
There's
when I'm just not thinking.
Yeah,
So
yeah, and every day's new and new thoughts occur. New
yeah,
things happen. Is there do you have you had reoccurring themes in the last week in your head? In the brain of Nick? Is there like
I mean, just probably about shit that's just coming up, like the moving process and
yeah.
all the shit that's weighing on me.
When are you moving?
I don't know. We got an offer today. That was the first one.
Did you take it? Or are you
Well, three people came yesterday and looked at the house. One of them already put in an offer. One of them seemed really excited and had a shitload of extra questions. And if you're not interested in the house, why would you be asking more questions about
right?
things like how much is your water bill from the well, and like how do you end up with an account to use the flood irrigation?
Mm,
Nobody would give a fuck about flood irrigation if we weren't owning the house.
right.
So it's like those were telltale signs. But the first one came in today. And then when that happens, the realtors usually like send out a thing to all the rest of the realtors that came and looked and said, hey, we've got an offer on the table. If you guys were going to make one, now's the time, or we're going to accept.
Mhm.
So we're like, it literally happened like 2 hours before you came over. So we're at that point right now where
And you're already set on like where you're headed?
I think so. It's it's in a development that's brand new, but the house has been sitting for a long time because the market's weird right now. So we were like basically like, oh, we really like this house. We would buy this exact house. It's done. It's ready to be moved into, but it's obviously for sale. If somebody bought it within the 30 days that it took us to sell this house, we'd just be fucked. And then we'd be like, well, shit, we got to figure something out now
Mhm.
and go get a rental until we find a house we want to buy or whatever the case is. But we just went into it kind of like we're kind of just running everything now with this mentality of like, if it's for us, it'll be ours.
Yeah, sure.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
Let's do whatever it is we're doing on our path. this is the best plan we have now, but this could completely change in 5 days.
Yeah.
And if that's what it is, that's what it is. It's just we just kind of developed that pushing forward here because it's like we're both the prepare to death people, like, and then which causes expectation management problems,
Yeah.
which lead to massive amounts of stress from something that wasn't really stressful or a big deal.
Mhm.
Why are we doing that? So that was something we both kind of figured out we do, and we play off of each other's stress levels, and then want to fix the other person and help them when it's really we're dealing with the same thing in different ways, and we're just escalating each other, and it's not a good situation. So
That's funny.
you can get a lot of relief in shit that's just like all I can do is what I can do.
Definitely.
We had a whole conversation about this the other day. Fuck, I'm about to get off track, but so yeah,
There's no track.
so it sounds like it's all working out. We had our realtor reach out now that we have an offer on the table that we could accept and technically be under contract by the end of the day. We reached back out to the place that's selling that house and said, "Hey, we have a potential um offer on the table. Is that house still available? And would you guys consider a contingent offer on us selling our home to buy your home?" And they said that's fine, and it's still available. So I was like, okay, well, we're in the position now where if we said yes and then told them we're in, we're locked in and it's good.
Mhm.
But we're still waiting for like one to two more people that viewed it yesterday to say whether or not they're interested. If they're not, we're just gonna accept that offer and roll.
Mhm.
So it'd be like late February we'd be leaving here. It had a close date of like February 25th,
Oh, wow. That's pretty fast.
30 days ish.
Hiring movers?
The realtor.
Oh, yeah, you told me that.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah.
think last time you mentioned it.
It's
Yeah, that's
pretty
super cool.
fucking sweet deal for anybody that uses him.
Um, so does that mean anything for the kids?
No.
No. Are they excited about it? Have they seen the new?
They're doing the same shit they did last time. Like they cried about leaving the old house because it was like all they had known.
Right.
And then we get into this one, they're like, oh, this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then we're like leaving this house 4 years later, or however long we've lived here. And they're like, I don't know. It's just, I think it's the fear of change thing. And
Oh,
as the
sure.
kids get older, they start feeling that like
Well, for kids too, like that's
that instinctual, like, oh, shit's happening. Shit's changing. Our surroundings are changing.
yeah.
And that feels unsure.
Yeah, they're just that's still an unfamiliar feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing we were talking about the other day, I brought it up to her because I noticed that she gets super stressed out about the cleanliness of the house
Mhm.
when she knows we have a showing or people are coming to look.
Oh, right.
I'm like, I get it,
Yeah.
but also, when was the last house that you went and looked at to buy that was like, wow, this place is fucking immaculate?
Right.
People are gonna look past that shit. And then I'm like, when was the last time you even walked through a house where their standards were ours?
Right. I mean, they probably want to see that it's taken care of.
Yeah. And
But
you
if it's
and you do
like,
your best to portray that like if your stuff is this well kept,
yeah,
the property, the house in general is well kept.
yeah, but also you have children, so
Yeah,
it's
it's like
okay. If it looks lived in.
right.
Yeah.
Because you're living in it. You walked out
Right.
10 minutes before they came in. Like that's just the reality of the situation. So I was bringing it up to like, do you feel um like the way that we're conditioned from childhood in certain ways? Whenever I sell a vehicle, when I sell a house, when I sell anything, it's that same thing of like, I don't want to be misrepresented.
Oh, right. Yeah,
And that's
yeah.
a huge thing for her. She doesn't hate people talking shit about her or to her. She hates people saying things in a way that someone else now views her in a way that's not the truth.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
That's fucking huge for her.
Yeah.
Mine is more like, I just don't want them to think I'm like dirty or a piece of shit or I'm lazy or like
Yeah.
same kind of thing. I don't want to be viewed in a light that I'm not.
Yeah.
But I do it on my own shit like, man, fuck, like I probably could have touched up that spot of paint on the baseboard before people came over. It's like, dude, How fucking nitpicky are we willing to go? I bought this house knowing I had to gut the whole fucking thing.
Right.
People are walking into a freshly remodeled house within the last 2 years. Are there still things? Yeah, we had that dog that fucking nibbled the corner of the baseboard off. I'm like, fuck, I better fix that before people see this
Dude,
shit.
all
It's
the
like,
stuff that you've put in your house too, like there's beautiful amenities that like it's pretty easy to be like overlook the baseboard.
these are the things that you try to tell yourself, but anytime you do a lot of like the construction stuff yourself, you know every piece that's a little out of place.
Oh, sure.
Like when we put the baseboards on and I miscut a piece of the flooring, so you see like a triangle of area that's not covered by baseboard like that much, and I'm like,
Oh my god.
every time I'm on the toilet, you're like,
Amateur
motherfucker, dude, idiot.
piece of shit, dude. Is the house that you're moving into of equivalent value?
Yeah, probably slightly less.
Slightly less. Like, is it going to be an adjustment? Like, are there things that you're like, oh, I don't really like that. I'm going to miss having the thing from our other house not being in this house.
Probably. It's like a mixture of like things like that's cool,
Uh huh.
and I didn't have that here.
Uh huh.
But then there's like, I think the overall craftsmanship that did get done is gonna bug me because it's a track home, so it's
There.
a crew of just people putting shit together. It's not a renovation that someone did and took their time with and picked all the best materials. It's
So it's worth noting that the people who come and view your house have probably seen houses like the one you're moving
they
into.
probably live in a worse one.
And so when you make that comparison,
Right.
it's like, this is a great home. You know what I mean?
And that is right. Like I said earlier, like I always try to beat it with logical, like, dude, be real. You picked the best shit you could find. You did the best job that you could do, and you're pretty particular. It's got to be better than the shit.
Got a podcast space.
It's got to be better than like I was pulling beer cans out of the fucking studs of these walls when I ripped the house apart. Like that quality of work is not being done.
That's extra insulation. What are you talking about?
How come every time a fucking speaker goes like that and it vibrates the wall, it sounds like a tin can? Oh, because there's one in there.
Yeah.
So yeah, dude, it's always I can always beat it with logic. Not always, but usually. But this shit doesn't go away. It's still in my mind of like
Of course.
I wonder if they stepped on that 1 square foot of flooring where it goes every time you step on it.
Nope. We're out. Yeah.
So yeah, dude, I gotta be careful. I'll work myself into just knowing the shit that I know about stuff that I felt like was a little bit below par, but I was in a hurry or the heat was coming in and it was attic work that I had to do. I'm like, I just got to get this good enough.
Definitely. Because, probably people willing to spend the amount of money that they're going to spend on this house are going to walk into it like looking around, thinking about how they're going to make it their own.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think no matter what
if anything's out of place, like they're probably just like, oh, well, I'd like to probably just replace like that in general,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah, it's usually just like the bigger stuff that's just now you're just looking at like a maintenance item
Right.
that you're annoyed you have to do something with.
Yeah.
Like, damn, I just bought this shit and I got to replace 2 ceilings fans because they don't work.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Like little shit like that. But
So are you looking forward to, or are you anticipating a sense of relief?
I know there's going to be relief just from the process. It's stressful to sell a house and have to be in and out of it, take the dogs, let people into it.
I mean, because of the reason you're deciding to move to begin with.
Yeah, and just a lot of the external factors that just things changed. And like everything else in life, you don't know. Like the grass is always greener until you fucking hop over to that side of the fence and you're like, oh, my grass is green, but fuck, there's this other stuff that there's always complications and problems you never know until you're in the situation. When I lived in a big house, but a small lot, I had a bunch of small lot problems that I
Mm-hmm.
thought were the fucking most annoying things in the world. And if only I had a big lot, I could solve these problems. So I got a bigger lot. Then I was like, man, this small house fucking sucks.
Mm-hmm.
I really want to like part somewhere in between of what we had and what we have. And then I'm like, man, I can't wait to get rid of all these big lot problems where there's fucking weeds and I have 19 trees on the property. They're always falling down in windstorms. And
Mhm.
to be in a big lot, you're in more of a rural area. So now, like, you're surrounded by farms and some of these dairies, and it smells like shit out here. And I would love to just not be sitting in the jacuzzi smelling shit smell. And I would love, you know what I mean? Just all these different things.
Are you leaving the jacuzzi?
Yeah.
I figured because I remember it was like a hassle to get it here, right?
Yeah. I had to get fucking 2 cranes and shit.
Right.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, you can have it.
Oh, it's funny.
So there's all those fucking things, and you don't realize till you're in it. You know, same thing with the property in Missouri. And I'm like, yeah, dude, farming and that fucking badass. I spent a month out there
Yeah.
working my fucking dick into the dirt, just just trying to combat nature
Mm-hmm.
to keep the place fucking nice. 100 goddamn acres of grass that is not grass here. It's not like, well, if I just don't water, it won't grow.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck you, it's coming, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you like it or not. So now you have all these fucking chores, and then it's like, oh, you want to do cattle and stuff, like, because you're trying to plan for the end of the world, and like you need this food source that you can maintain, and all this shit for this doomsday idea that you have. And to some degree, I would get satisfaction out of doing that. But is that the same thing you're gonna want when it's like, hey, cattle don't take a day off? So when it's the weekend for you and you're still waking up, and last night they had a fucking ice storm
Mm.
and you have to go feed and you have to do all this shit, and you get, I'm like, oh my God, dude. That sounded badass to have 100 acres. It's my own room. No one can fuck with me. They can't come close to me. This is great. That's great if you have someone maintaining it for you,
Mm-hmm.
because you just took on a full-time fucking job.
Yeah.
So when you break it down like that and you really get into it, like, I don't know if that's the life I want either.
What is that? Is it vibrating?
Yeah, but I don't know why. Air conditioner probably shaking the thing.
Oh, weird. I've never heard that before.
Me neither. So it's just a clarity thing, dude. Like I've had the small lot with the big house. Now I've had the small house with the big lot. They are both things, right? That,
Mm-hmm.
and as you experience those things, your situations start changing. Kenzie's almost 16. She's going to be driving. As a young person, I remember it sucked having to pay as much money as we did to drive. I lived on 439th Avenue.
Yeah.
And I worked on 339th Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
That's 200 fucking avenues to drive to work and back.
Mm-hmm.
That's expensive when you're 16 and have a fucking shit job.
Yeah.
So that was an issue from like going from here out to there, that Kenzie was kind of like, hey, like, I want to be independent and I don't want to have to rely on you guys to buy me a car or give me a car or like whatever. But like, how do I make money without a way to get anywhere? Because we live in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah, dude. I think about that a lot. Like when I was living in Jersey and everything's so tightly packed. And I'm like, man, these kids like have options.
Yeah, walk, ride a bike.
And
like,
my option was the TA. Like if you can get a job there, you can work. Otherwise,
yeah.
it's going to be hard cuz you're going to have to drive super far.
Yeah. So that was a big factor.
That's cool.
Going back to work at the plant and then changing my, I needed a lot of room in a lot because my entire garage was a gym, because we live so far from a gym that I didn't want to drive to a gym.
Right.
So now I lacked storage room indoors. I didn't have anywhere to put my boat or a side-by-side or your dirt bikes or like shit you want to keep inside.
Mm-hmm.
That's a problem. So now that we'll be closer to town, I can sell all the gym equipment, get a normal thing, and now they have like gyms at the fucking plant. So like half the time when my job ends or on my lunch break, I can run down to the gym at work, get a workout in, and then do my running stuff at home where I don't need any equipment. So that frees up the whole garage.
Mhm.
So now, like, cool, now I got space back that I wanted to do that. And then it kind of solves another issue with, like, we've been having a real problem with, like, just the kids. When you live out in the middle of nowhere, you're like, there's unlimited stuff to do. But then you realize the community part behind it, where, like, how many times did you want to leave your house and just hang out by yourself outside as a
Right.
kid? Fucking never.
Yeah.
I'm going to ride my bike. It wasn't period. It was
Yeah.
to so-and-so's
Yeah,
house.
yeah, yeah.
Guess what? There's no fucking so-and-so's out here. Not unless they're 6 fucking miles that way.
Yeah.
And they cross a 2-lane highway where people are doing 70 miles an hour. I'm like, yeah, I don't really want my fucking 8-year-old crossing the highway on his bicycle.
Good point.
So there's a lot of that where it's like, there's unlimited opportunity for, and I used to think that, like, go outside. There's fucking unlimited shit to do. You by yourself.
I actually liked it when I was real young. It was when I was like a teenager. I was like, then I hated it.
Yeah. Well, that's the age they're both coming into, where it's just.
Right. Yeah, for
So
sure.
what are they doing now? They're fucking always on the phone, or they're on the TV, or they're on the computer, or they're on the
Right.
Oculus. And I'm just sitting there like, God damn, dude, you guys are going to be fucking useless because you don't do anything. And then they'll sit there and be like, well, like, what can I do? And I'm like, go ride your scooter
Right.
by myself while I sing songs to myself. Like, how long is that going to last before you're like, this is fucking boring, dude? So on one hand, I'm like annoyed with it. On the other hand, I like understand it.
Yeah.
I grew up in a neighborhood. I ride my bike half a mile through just neighborhood streets where it's way less risk to get hit by a fucking car at 80 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And you had fun that way and found people and did that shit. I'm like, fuck, dude. So we're going to move and get closer to that and then join a gym again where it's like, hey, while me and mom are working out, they have racquetball courts, they have a rock wall, they got fucking pickleball courts, they have a basketball court.
Yeah.
You can go upstairs and do a fucking Zumba class. You can come with me and work out and lift weights and I can teach you that stuff. Whatever your interest is, but it's at least active and we're out of the house. So it's going to be a whole new chapter of just everything about it's going to be different.
Mm.
And it's going to be, I'm sure it'll have its cyclical fucking things, just like moving from there to here was like, oh, fuck, well, now this is, life never stops happening.
Yeah.
The little intricate problems never cease to exist, but
I think it'll be good. I'm excited for you. I hope that you can, be excited about it, because you've done a lot of like internal transformation and growth in the last year, and it'll be nice for your external world to reflect that.
yeah, yeah.
I think that'll help carry all that stuff forward and kind of feel like a dividing line between worlds.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. I never really thought of it like that.
Yeah, I think it'll feel good.
And last year was the year of the snake.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been reading a lot about the end of a snake year, dude. You got to shed the skin.
Yeah.
Especially if you go into a year that lines with you. And this is the year of the horse, and I'm a horse.
Me too. What kind of horse?
Steel.
Water.
Water horse?
Yeah, I think.
Wait.
Wouldn't we be the
Tiffany's
same?
a steel horse. I don't remember. Somebody's a fucking... It was fucking stupid anyways. I read that shit and I was like, ah, cool.
Neat.
Another sign on the wall. This is going to be a great year.
Yeah.
That's all I need.
What's fun you can do is have ChatGPT do like a fucking horoscope or a numerology or a past life reading on you. It's fucked up how accurate it is. Well, because it knows how to give what those things give. Like, just affirmation.
Accurate.
Like reading.
Accurate how? Accurate to what actually happens to you? Or
No,
accurate to
like
like how it lines up with
how
astrology?
how it lines up with you. Like, you're like, oh, that does sound like me. Because then you'll ask you, like, why does it sound like me? It's like, oh, it's just because it's designed to sound like flattering to pretty much anyone. But like,
Yeah, you gotta be careful with that shit.
Towards you. But
a lot of times
it's
ChatGPT, I'm
funny.
like, don't fucking pump me up, dude. Don't say things that are not
I
yes man bullshit.
Yeah, no, I edited it because you can like personalize it.
Mm-hmm.
So I edited it against that specifically. So now it's kind of shitty.
Probably gonna fucking die this year. You suck ass at everything.
No,
All right, let's
it's
find a medium point here.
it's so nice that it won't bullshit me because it was yes manning me too much. I'm like, are you fucking just blowing smoke right now? And it's like, no, I'm not. I'm like, I don't want. I need you to disagree a lot so that I can actually believe you when you agree.
Yeah,
And it's like, okay.
I've set it up where um I don't remember if I told you, we went out for a friend's birthday and we had that interesting encounter with another dude at this club that we ended up at. Did I ever tell you about that?
I don't recall.
He just seemed like an interesting dude. He ended up being a business owner
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
and kind of had that high, like big baller kind of
yeah.
swagger to him, right?
Uh-huh.
And we had a good conversation and shit. And
Yeah.
then we like swapped
Info.
info to like just in case. So it ended up fine, but like it just got me thinking about similar to the shit we were talking about earlier, how you have to eventually to make more money than you can with skills that you perform with your time. Your intellectual piece has to figure out a way to benefit people, whether that be business people, normal people, whatever it is. You have to be able to give something that creates value. And value creation is different than skill.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I just got this whole idea behind, and I started up a chat GPT thing of like how to better meet and assimilate to high status or high earning entrepreneurs that I might run across, and the conversations,
That's interesting.
basically getting better at the conversations at that level, and not in a manipulative way. Manipulative, that's not a fucking word. Not
Not
in
in a
a
manipulatory.
not in a way to manipulate them, but in a way to understand at that level what it is that they need.
Remove friction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you can understand what they need and you have the skill or the knowledge to provide it,
Mm-hmm.
you could be in that circle very quickly.
Yeah. And people in that position are usually looking.
They're not looking. That's the difference.
They're not.
They don't want to meet more people because they're so fucking annoyed with the people they meet that are so simplistic.
But I mean, they're looking for opportunity.
Always.
Yeah.
For sure. So I just made this whole thing, and it broke down like, these are the skill sets. Which one of these do you think you assimilate? And it was like, fuck, I told it like, don't give me some shit, dude. It was like, pick one, not all. Like, don't fuck. It was, started to get like aggressive. I was like, all right, here you fucking go.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was like, I think out of these 5 things, this is what I'm best at doing. And it was like, perfect. And let's critique a plan and the way to speak and all these things. So when you come in contact with these people, you are speaking the same language that makes them intrigued. And I'm so used to solving problems that I was horrible at it for days. I set an alarm, 7 a.m. I would do quick. I told it like, hey, every day at 7, I'm going to come back to this chat and I'm just going to say go. When I say go, it's quick rounds as if you are an entrepreneur and we're having a discussion and I need to respond quickly to the discussion prompts in a way that should fit this thing that I'm trying to curate.
That's awesome.
And so I was doing this for like a month, and I made it assign me a grade. That's how I got around the yes. Oh, you're doing so good.
Yeah.
Fuck you. How good?
Yeah.
How good was that one? And I got it to the point where it was like, that was a fucking 30%, dude. That sucked. And here's why. I was like, God, yeah. It fucking hurt to hear that.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck it, dude. I needed to hear it. And at
Yeah.
least it's not a real person.
Yeah, dude. It's so ChatGPT is so interesting because you can use it in any way, and it's interesting to hear how other people use it.
Yeah.
Because Jess uses it a lot, almost exclusively as like therapeutic guidance.
That's his number one use.
Right. And then I'm similar to what you're doing, but obviously completely different lane. And mine, I almost exclusively use mine for like refining ideas. in idea generation and stuff. And so I have it pressure test all my ideas, and then I have strict like guardrails of like this is what I need to be avoiding, and so make sure you keep me in that lane. And I'll do the same thing, and I'll like come up with this idea. I'll frame it as best as I can and send it to it. I'm like, this is good, right? It's like, oh, this is great, right? But it's not so great in all these different places, and it like points out all this shit. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, okay, all right, cool. But it's nice to have that
Yeah, you don't want it to give you the
catching the
false.
things that I'm gonna miss.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need it to not flatter you.
I did it for house investment strategies when I
Mm-hmm.
was looking at real estate stuff. Specifically after the sale of this house, I'll have X amount of dollars. I just went back to work. I have X amount of disposable W-2 income. I have this, I have that. These are the things I'm looking at doing. This is my area. Average prices of these things are this.
Mm-hmm.
This is the plan I'm thinking about. And dude, it fucking knows all the tax laws. It knows depreciation. It knows asset classes. It knows fucking everything. So everything that you had I think I got a decent idea here. It's either a really good idea and it expands on ways that like, yeah, do
Yeah.
that, but also include these three things and you'll be fucking killing it.
Yeah.
Or it's like, that's not a good idea because you didn't know about this, this, and this. And you're like,
Right.
ooh, glad I didn't sink 100 G's into that fucking venture.
Totally. Yeah.
So it's
Absolutely.
cool to run it through and use that checks and balances system of like, I think this is a really good idea. And it takes out having to know really smart motherfuckers
Yeah, for sure.
in a specific lane. You're trying like, fuck, how do I find somebody that knows way more about this than I do so I don't get fucked over?
Right. Exactly.
With it.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
it's fucking weird. And I can't wait to have like a giant success off of using it where it's like, dude, that was clutch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because then things changed a little bit. The first one was I found, I was telling you about all the foreclosures that were
Mm-hmm.
popping up all over Zillow and shit when you look. And because you were asking me, like, what happens in this market? And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but I want to be liquid when I find out. I want
Right.
to have a good amount of money set aside. So if it's 2008 all over again,
Mm-hmm.
it won't happen. Shit just does not repeat like that because people will be ready. People with way more money, way more smarts, way more predictability of the market than you, way more assets, right? That will never happen again. But whatever does happen, when the economy's in the shit,
Mm-hmm.
that's the best time that anyone who has a little bit of extra income or extra money saved aside, that's when you're going to make it by
Mm-hmm.
investing at those times.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, well, fucking no matter what happens, that's what I want to do. So we were looking at foreclosures and I saw one off of Watson in like that Sundance area. And the foreclosure happened and it was going to go up to bid to auction and the starting bid was 96 grand. I was like, $96,000. I was like, what's the average rent in that area? Fucking 1,300, 1,400 a month. I'm like, well, if I can buy that cash at the auction, you have to have cash to do an auction.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, if I can do that cash at the auction, buy that fucking house, own it outright. Now we're talking about an amount of money that I can get behind because this other shit where you take out a full loan for the thing,
Right.
I just can't. You're not gaining anything. But
Right.
if I can cash flow $1,400 a month for the rest of my life, how many of those do I need to buy to be retired?
Right.
Well, how much do I make now in W-2 income? $8,000 a month. Okay. If I can get 8 houses flowing $1,000 a month, what's
Mm-hmm.
the quickest way to make that happen? And I don't have to work anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm making the same amount.
Yeah.
So that was the whole idea behind all this. So I threw it in there and it gave me this fucking plan that was like, boom, then you do this and you fucking do that and this, and you take out this thing and refinance here for 50% loan of value and do this, and then you buy another one. I'm like, oh shit. And it was like realistic goal for 1 year of doing this, assuming there's enough houses that go under auction for around the same price, you could own, it was like four to six properties in the first 12 months if you did this plan with the amount of capital and expendable income I had in the scenario.
Hmm.
I was like, holy shit. You could own 6 fucking houses at the end of 12 months?
Hell yeah.
I'm like, that's crazy. So I started fucking doing this, doing that, and then I watched that auction, and that motherfucker sold for like 240,
Oh.
not 96. I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I threw it
right.
back in. I was like, hey, that house for 96 really sold at the end of auction for 240. Does the same plan work? What adjustments we need to make? And it was like, absolutely not. This is not the fucking plan for
Yeah,
for
yeah,
your design numbers you gave me at the beginning. This is not going to work. You want to do something like this.
yeah,
And it was a bunch of shit that I didn't understand and stocks and like I'm just not into it, dude. I hate that shit.
yeah.
I hate it because I can't control it. I hate it because I have nothing to show for it.
Mm-hmm.
It can fucking change. People are playing by rules that you don't get to play by.
It's
I fucking
gambling.
hate all of it, dude. It's so fucking bullshit. Oh, they closed the market for trading on Friday. Well, then why is the price so different on Monday when it opens again? Oh, well, all the big hedge fund guys, they get to trade on the weekend. Are you fucking kidding me? This is not everybody's playing the same game. I'm out, dude.
Right, right.
But so many people just blindly throw their money into that shit. And it's like, it's just bullshit. If it's easy to do, that's why you're not making very much money.
Right.
And you can, again, play the long game, 401k. I get that, dude. I get that I could pay into it my whole life. And I got these mediocre returns from 4 to 6%. And at the end of my fucking 50 years of working, cool. Now I can eat TV dinners and like not have to pay rent.
Right.
What a fucking life I just lived. Fuck out of here. Getting a little jaded towards this whole, dude, I've tried every option. We found this fucking website where you can take your own money, put it into the website account, and people can loan from you. They do a credit check, and it's supposed to ding their credit if they don't fucking pay you back. And there's like all these other little option things to like get your money back. And
Hmm.
I'm like, all right, let's take, I can't remember what I did, dude, like $5,000. I'm like, take $5,000 and let's loan it out. And they get like this website has its own kind of credit scores that they do based on how many loans they've already paid back. So the higher that goes, when they ask for another little personal loan, and they're like $100, $300, whatever it is,
Yeah.
and they pick the percentage in which they're willing to pay back. So let's
That's
say that
interesting.
you got on there and you're like, fuck, dude, I just need $500 to get me to like cover rent.
Yeah.
But I know I got a nice client coming up next week. I'll get it back. I'll just pay it back.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, I need $500. My little online score that they've given me says that I'm like an 85. So that's like green, you know? Whoa, great. And so they're like, I'm willing to only pay like 4% for that $500 loan because I'm trustworthy. Look, I've paid back all my other ones.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got ones that are like first time borrowers.
Mm-hmm.
Could just be straight up scam accounts,
Mm-hmm.
you know? Those ones will pay you back like 9% because who the fuck is going to take the risk on loaning to somebody who doesn't have any rapport with this site?
Right.
So we did both, dude, as a little experiment. We did some in this category, some in that category, some right down the middle. Some paid back, some fucking ghosted us, took the money. So I was like, let's run it for like 3 months or something is what we did. And then we started with 5, and I was like, whatever we get back, once everything's paid back that should have got paid, let's see where the account is, see how much money we made with the plus interest. We were down like $300. I'm fucking out. God fucking damn it.
Yeah.
So,
That's interesting.
dude, I've like literally fucking looked into everything. It just, there's always something that's like, nope, that's already played out. You're not the guy that knows someone's brother to be in the fucking right position to be able to do that shit. It fucking kills me, dude.
Yeah.
So you have to fucking literally create your own product or be so helpful to someone else's business that they created that they're willing to pay you massive amounts of money for the shit that you can bring to their company. That's like the only 2 ways left.
Yeah.
Make a company and somehow it fucking works out. But god damn it, dude. These big businesses now, like that was even difficult for the generation before us, our parents. It was hard to like just start a business from nothing, do it,
Yeah.
make it into something big.
Yeah.
Now,
It only gets harder because there's
it's the big fucking companies that like they just end up absorbing everything.
yeah,
And now you can't compete because as soon as you try to start up, they just fucking squash you.
and aside from that, the further we move into the future, so many problems have been solved.
Yeah, I used to think that, but also with the creation of anything
Comes a whole industry.
comes a whole industry of problems to
True.
solve.
True.
So while it's like AI is going to steal all the jobs, then you need to start looking at what AI is causing problems with now and start finding solutions to those problems.
Yeah.
Because there's always, everybody wants to just, oh, always and never. There's never any opportunity. They always get it before me. You're a fucking loser. You're destined to fucking fail then. Because your mindset is already, I'm never going to be the first one. I'm never going to get it.
Right.
Yeah. Well, you're putting all your effort into not doing it. So that's what you're going to fucking get.
Right.
But god damn, is it not fucking exhausting to try to stay out of that and then just constantly just like, had a good run at that. Not going to go anywhere. Oh, tried that. Lost $200. Try this. Fuck you.
You'll get it.
Eventually, it's fucking a shots on goal game. Like, there's only so many times you can throw fucking spaghetti at the wall, and one of them's gonna got fucking stick.
Yeah, for sure. I think just by
Fucking
by
shit.
the nature of your willingness to try all these different things, you will eventually find something or make something.
Yeah. I
But
know that will happen.
maintaining that willingness is important.
Yeah. But on top of that, is it gonna meet the expectation? That's my biggest problem.
Who knows?
Is management.
It might exceed it.
Fucking doubt it. I got some lofty goals.
Yeah.
Like that's my biggest hope is like, man, I'll probably get somewhere that's like somebody be like, dude, that's fucking crazy. And I'm like, yeah, but look how far the goalpost moved this time.
Mm-hmm.
So I just really want to try my best to mitigate that.
Yeah. Try to negate your own human nature.
Yeah. I'll probably fuck it up.
Hell yeah.